All right, my bad, guys. I had to end the live stream real quick.
I was about to take the package in, but I just checked my eBay, and they told me that I have 2 days to send it. So I don't know how I forgot that package. I have to deliver so many packages. It's like it's annoying. Like I might have to fucking like pay my cousin, like probably pay him like $50 or some shit to run, pay him like $50 a week or something just to take my packages because I don't feel like having to keep going out. It just pain that I just got back from the fucking store. I was about to go. That's why I ended the live stream because I was about to go, but then I checked my eBay. They said I can deliver it by Monday, and it's because tomorrow's a weekend, so that makes it better. But like what I was saying in the video, sorry I cut you guys off. But I was saying like you want to make everything. Don't be cool with anybody unless it's about business. And that situation that I experienced when I was talking to that individual in that breatharian forum, it made me realize like most people they really don't have nothing to do in life but to cater to their ego. So it's not really about business. Like the old people look at business as oh they go to their bullshit job and they come home and like that's not business, bitch. That's just you not being on the fucking street. Because if you don't go to that miserable ass job, your ass is probably not gonna be under a roof. So that's what that is. It's nothing to do with business or nothing. A 9 to 5 is not business, bitch. Unless you want to say you're using the funds from the 9 to 5 to um the fucking fun what you're at whatever you're doing, which most people they're not doing that. Like I'm looking at it like in 2026, there's certain things, actions people do that make me look at you weird. Like how is it 2026 and you're still talking about how I'm working at a 9 to 5 trying to finance my creativity? Like what the fuck were you doing in 2020, 21, 22, even 2018? I've been hearing that shit from forever. Even the same thing with like I said on the comment section, like if you leave a comment under my fucking video and all you can say is good video, I'm looking at you sideways because it's weird. That shit fucking weird. Like that's all you can say. Like I hate like when you like leave something some type of creativity and motherfuckers don't get deep input. Like they just say good video, good this, good drawing, good like that's all you can say, motherfucker. Like I'm not saying it's bad. Like thank you for the compliment, but I'm looking at it like that. I look at you like you're just a very one-dimensional person, and these are the type of people where if you say something very deep, their brain short circuits and then they take that as offense because society has brainwashed and programmed the masses to take to find offense on shit they don't understand. So if you don't understand something, most people look at that as disrespectful subconsciously. That's why there's so many haters out here. Like they talk about, oh, it always baffled me in the rap songs. They'll talk about haters, like, oh, nigga, you a hater. Like, nigga, the whole rap industry is nothing but haters. You go to the hood is nothing but haters. Like the hood it's like it's a projection. Like I've never seen more haters than niggas in the hood. To be on, you can't even show money. You got to tell niggas you don't even got money because they will take advantage of you because that's how it is in the hood. It's just all hating. Like, to the point where niggas kill each other. Like the whole world is just full of haters. It's just the way people hate is different. It's like, for example, like Gen Z, the way Gen Z hates is different. If you're somebody who's successful in life, you have to have a certain blueprint to make you successful. You can't be successful without a particular blueprint. Um, and when you go through that blueprint and you become successful, Gen Z will look at you as you're a hater. They'll say, "Oh, this dude's." They'll look at you as they will hate on you. But the way Gen Z hates is different. Each generation they hate differently. The way Gen Z hates is a lot different than. Cause let me give you an example. Like If you're successful, most people, and I see this with Gen Z, they'll look at you like you think you're better, or somehow you don't understand life, or you just want to work, or you're just trying to hustle, and you're not even a peaceful person, and you all about money. They look at you like that, or you're somebody who doesn't like to have fun, but yet bitch, you work at Target, you're never having fun unless you're on your break for 15 minutes, and even then your only fun is the only fun on your break is you scrolling TikTok, and that ain't even fun. You just feel like relief that you don't gotta work. So your life ain't shit, but yet you want to project that like other people. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's so funny how like I see this shit. But then let's just say you're miserable, you're broke, or you're in a horrible situation. Motherfuckers will respect you. Like, social media is very demonic now. It's like if you're homeless and you're broke, people will respect you. But let you be homeless and be getting donations. Let you be somebody who's homeless and you got up and now you're successful. People will hate on you. I noticed that shit. This is why I say you can't be cool with anyone unless it's about business. Because people get threatened. They get offended with what they don't understand. That's one thing I noticed. Like, if they don't understand you, they get offended. They get upset. They start crying, and it's weird. It's weird. And it's like, that's why, like, I it's just weird. I blame society though, man. Like, it's crazy. That's why, like, I realize, like, I use everything to my, I manipulate everything, because we're in a world, we're in a new world right now, right? Where everybody, they care about themselves. So, and it's like I can see, and it's funny because like you'll say that everybody cares about themselves, but yet when you look at most people, it don't even look like they care about themselves, because they work a shitty job, they're miserable, they're mentally ill, like they're not satisfied, they're not fulfilled. Like, I went to the store right now, and it's like people are just miserable and angry, and then like I'm looking at them like, this is why I don't have no sympathy. And like I was stealing something from the store, and then the bitch see me, like it was a customer, it wasn't like a regular person, and then they looked at me weird, and I just looked at them with the meanest fucking look. I'm like, bitch, don't look at me, bitch. Like, you're looking at me now because I took something, but you're not gonna, like, if I didn't take anything, you were like, that's what I'm saying is weird. Like, because like I get hella angry when people like I spat in people's faces before. Like, this bitch, like, it was like a few months ago. She caught me taking something, and she's like, "Oh, put that back." I spit a big ass loogie in her fucking face. Like, bitch, mind your fucking business. And I left the store, because it's like, mind you, like, because if I wasn't taking anything, you wouldn't be like, you would just like walk right by me. But like the fact that you see me take, now you want to say something, like, that's why, like, I spit a big ass loogie and shit, and I just walked out. Like, don't fucking, like, it shit's annoying. And it wasn't a worker, it was like a customer. If it was a worker, I wouldn't have done it, because like I'm not trying to like bring that much attention. But it was a customer, so I didn't give a fuck. They can't say, but I didn't do anything. Like, I just walked out too. But shit's crazy, man. Hmm. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Okay, no.
I'm gonna end this live stream because I wanna save my StreamYard. I know StreamYard, they have a certain amount of hours. I'm gonna go live on YouTube. You know, fuck it, I'm gonna go live here. I'm not ending shit. I was going to, but it's like, nah, give a fuck about StreamYard. I wish they gave you more than 20 hours, but I haven't been going live lately, so it really doesn't matter. I noticed they're not hyping up the Super Bowl like they usually do. Because remember they used to like hype up the Super Bowl like crazy? I know they're not hyping up the Super Bowl. That shit's crazy. Like I didn't even know the Super Bowl was even happening till yesterday. One thing I hate about YouTube right now is when I watch a video, I always skip the ads. Like I don't skip the like you know how you can exit the video. I exit the video because I don't like to give people um like views like in AdSense money. So I'm on my mobile phone so I can just exit the video and watch the video without having to watch the ad.
And I think like they updated it where
You can still do it, but you have to like do it like before. You just have to exit the video once and it will skip the ad, so you don't have to watch it or you don't have to skip it, so they don't get AdSense money. But they made it where you have to do it like 4 or 5 times. Cause I always like when I'm on my mobile phone. That's the only time I watch it if I'm on my iPad. I just skip the video. Like I'll exit it. Like it'll show the ad, but then I'll pause the ad, close the video, and then refresh the video, and then it'll show me the views. It'll show me the video without me having to watch the ad. It's good with it. Shout out Paul Hinton. Yeah, shout out. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see there's some real people on here. Like that's why when I see certain people, I'm like, not everybody on YouTube's a bot. Yeah, there's some real people still out there, but very few. Very, very few. And it seems like it's getting fewer and fewer as time goes on. Like it's crazy. Like sometimes I be kind of thinking sometimes like all the negative shit that happens in life, like do most people actually deserve what they're getting? Like when I see people out here struggling, I'm at a point right now, like maybe they actually deserve going through what they're going through. Like I'm not saying people should go get killed, murdered, and slaughtered. I'm not saying that, but like you'll see, like you see most of Gen Z complain how life is so unfair, and I'm not saying life isn't fair, but I'm like, nigga, you're a fucking retard. You don't have no knowledge, you don't have no wisdom. Even like you do see these older generation, they don't have no wisdom, they don't have no knowledge, they dumb as fuck. They still vote, they still are into politics, they still believe in Jesus Christ. Like you deserve to go through what you're going through. Like I seen them stupid ass cracker. He's all talking about Jesus is king, but then the other sentence he's all like, oh, um, I don't even want to speak negative because I don't want to put that on, but like this motherfucker was talking about all the problems he's going through in life. And I'm like, bitch, you deserve to go through that shit. You just said Jesus is your king. You're that ignorant. You deserve to go through, you be struggling. And you acting, oh, I need donations or can you guys help me? Life is so hard and trying to be a victim. I'm like, you deserve to go through that shit. And then once I started looking at life like that, it made me realize like you have the ability to make your life better. When you look at 99% of people that are suffering, they all have something in common. They're retarded. Only time I can see somebody suffering that I will give grace to is like somebody who's in Africa and it's like political war and they're like in a village that's a famine and they have to migrate because of political war, or you see somebody in a situation that's very traumatic like that. Then I will be like, okay, but it's like that's just how I see it. Like most people deserve to suffer in this world. And then the people who create the suffering, they're going to suffer the most out of everyone, even if they aren't right now, because they're in a position where they don't have to because they're like creating the suffering and they're like in their little bunker underground or whatever. They're going to have to experience it worse. They're not even going to be able to do what they're doing. This is why, like in the next 500 years, I don't know about 500, but in the near future, let's just say that there's not going to be the government like it is right now, because once they die off, they're not going to be able to do what they're doing again. Like, because the people in government, they have a certain spirit. So even though you can say Gen Z and the boomers are all retarded, they still have more, like, they still have more grace. They still have more like they have like a chance. The people who run this shit, they don't have no chance at all. So they're not, in the near future, this is not gonna even. This is all gonna be done. Like just so all this paying for rent, paying for taxes, having to work meaningless jobs. This shit isn't gonna be for that long. Even if it is another 100 years, these next 100 years is gonna go by so quick. Like it's gonna be 2030, literally tomorrow. Like you guys gonna see the in the next couple years, the years are gonna start feeling um increment like monthly increments. Like you know how like every 5 months, every 3 months, that's how a year is gonna feel like in the next 2 years. Like a year, we're gonna be eventually we're gonna start calculating years like months. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just gonna be 2028. In 2029, you're gonna have to do this, and you're gonna look at it like that's tomorrow. Like you see what I'm saying? Like just like if I tell you guys like I'm about to come out, I'm about to fly out to the Midwest in June, you're gonna be like, oh, that's right next. That's this summer. In the next couple years, when I say I'm gonna fly out to the Midwest in 2030, you're gonna be like, that's just around the corner. That's how it's gonna be. So like, it's a good thing time is speeding up. It's a very like right now it's already 2 in the afternoon. I just woke up around 11 or 10. I'm doing my fast right now, so and I'm really like I'm honed into this shit right now. Like I'm honed into this shit. So it's only gonna go up for me right now because when I if I like when I because usually when I used to end my fast, I used to take a day, 2 days off. I'm done. I'm not doing that shit no more. I just had an experience, and Spirit told me I need to really hone in on this shit. Don't take more than a day off. Don't even take a day off. Like if I ended fast today, then start tomorrow. Somebody bought something. You see what I'm saying? So I'm home. It's only gonna go. It's only gonna go up from here. It's only gonna go up for me from here right now. Why the fuck does this keep saying paid now? I already paid. Already shipped that out. The fuck? It says there's money in my PayPal account. They sent me a thing saying there's money in my PayPal. Somebody must have sent me something. I feel like it's really a new shift. Oh, there is money. I don't know why the fuck they'll tell me that. I don't even use PayPal. I feel like it's really a new shift. It's been the new shift for so long. The energy is selling, and I don't know. Yeah, that's why people aren't gonna be able to handle it. Why you think like motherfuckers are the way they are right now? That's what I'm starting to realize. Like I'm gonna make another live stream after this because I'm gonna be doing my gaming stream. But when I do my gaming stream, I'm gonna go live on YouTube because YouTube I can go live for as long as I want. On StreamYard, it only lets me go 20 hours a month, and I don't want to use all my 20 hours because I'm not paying for the membership. So yeah, it's just weird. Like I could just every time I go out, I can just feel like the very negative vibe. Like the vibes are very negative out here. Like not out here, just in America. Like I said, I can't speak for the rest of the world. Like when I every time I talk like this, always know that I'm talking about the Western world, particularly the U.S. and Canada. When you go to like Australia, England, it's it's not as bad as Canada and the U.S. It's not as bad, but out here is like really, it's still bad out there, but not as bad. If it is bad out there, it's because they're influenced by the U.S. So like you got a lot of people wed off Americans, so they're like, oh, I want to be American. Like so, then they will act like a degenerate, dumb American. So if you do see it in other countries, but this is mainly an American issue. You guys got to understand. You guys go to like Africa, go to Philippines, go to certain places in South America. This shit doesn't even like stupid shit like this does not exist. Yeah, 2024 was actually the last year. The shift actually started last year, 2025. 2024 was the actual last year of the old shift. 2025 was like the transition, and then 2026 we're in the shift. So, because like, if you guys did all of the shift shit, I started feeling last year to be honest, but it was more like a buildup. Now we're like in it completely, and then next year is like we're solidified in it. Whereas like it's like it's gotta even be different. Like
That's why time is speeding up.
it's a good thing because we're at a time right now where time doesn't need to be slow. Why would you want time to be slow on a time like this? That's stupid. This is the time right now where you're supposed to know what you're supposed to do and do it. You don't want time to be slow right now. It was good back in 2016, 15 when time was slow because it was more the energy was catered to that. Nowadays, the way everything is, imagine if time was slow like it was back then. Like it would even there'll probably be more depression, more illness, more negativity because you have to experience that shit longer. So it's a good thing that it's speeding up because like a lot of like it's just speeding up right now to so this shit can hurry up so everything can just anybody who's negative they can just get the fuck out the way. If you're positive, then the time speeding up doesn't affect you. But if you're negative, it's gonna affect you because if you're negative doing negative shit, it's just gonna get you out the way quicker. So it's a good thing because it's for the it's only for negative spirits that are doing bullshit. It's getting them out the way. Not even spirits, it's negative things. Having to wake up, go to work every day. People think that shit is normal. Oh, it's normal. Go pay your bills. Okay, before you know it, you're gonna spend your whole life working, and then it's gonna be you'll be like 50 years old, and then it's gonna feel like just yesterday. That's why everyone's like, "Oh, just yesterday was 2020, and we had the pandemic. That was 6 years ago." Yeah, bitch. And what did you do this since then? Just work at your stupid ass job. And now you wasted 6 years of your life you cannot get back. So you want to do that another 6 years? Because the next 6 years is gonna be even quicker. This next 6 years is gonna feel like 2 years, motherfucker. Like this shit ain't gonna slow down for a while. It's gonna probably slow down, but I don't think it's gonna slow down within our lifetime. This shit ain't gonna slow down within our lifetime. So, like, I ain't gonna say it's gonna speed up forever, but within our lifetime, I don't think it's gonna slow down. If anything, it would just probably it will stay the same. But by that time, it's gonna be going by so fast, and it won't be going by faster, but it won't be going by slower. But like I started my fast like 4 days ago. I'm already 4 days in it. 4 days, it didn't feel like shit. Like I'm like, damn, 4 days already. So I was like, it's good. I don't even fucking waste my time. Like, and it's funny because like when I do my fast, it feels so fucking. I don't like. It's like I could take life more slowly because like I feel like okay, I'm getting something done. I'm doing something, and I can focus more. Which is like if I'm not doing my fast, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm in a rush. I want to hurry up and get this done, so I don't wait. Like I'm always in a rush. Now I'm like when I'm on my fast, I'm always like in a chill. I'm not in a rush. I don't feel like I gotta. I'm just doing my thing. Even if I have a busy schedule, I still don't feel like I'm in a rush because there's nothing. I'm I'm already where I want to be right now. There's nothing more I can do other than do what I'm supposed to do. So there's no reason to rush. There's no, because I'm on point. When I'm not doing my fast, I feel like I'm not on point. So I feel like I got to rush. I feel like I'm missing something. I got to fulfill something. And it's like, I feel like everyone on bullshit 2024, they too many. Yeah, you can't stay in that fake world. This is a mental shift, dude. This is a fucking mental shift. It's not even more so of a physical, like oh the government's collapsing or um, the system is falling. Not to say that won't happen, but this shit is mental, man. This shit is it's like people are going through some type of mental shit where you can't even fight it. Even if the government, like they're going through, everyone's going through some type of mental shift right now, for positive or for negative. Like I real like the last couple weeks, man. Like my diet has been just completely different. Like I literally like can't consume. I don't even like anything no more. Like it's weird. Like there's nothing. Like you guys seen the last post I showed you with my food stamp EBTs? I got 700. I don't even know how the fuck I'm getting food stamps because I think I know why because they changed the requirement because I'm getting over the threshold amount to get food stamps. I make over that. So I don't know why they're giving it to me, but I think it's because the work requirements because they said you have to work they just the requirements within this month where you have to work like 80 hours a month to get food stamps. That's fucking retarded. But I have my own eBay thing, so they consider me self-employed, so that counts. So I can still get it. But like, if I didn't have that EBT, I wouldn't work. Like, why the fuck would you work for EBT? At least if you're gonna like, they say you have to work 80 hours to get EBT, or you have to volunteer. Like, who the fuck's gonna volunteer 80 hours a month just to get EBT? At that point, you might as well make EBT like $900 a month because at that point you're working for EBT. Like you're literally working for EBT. Stupid, but it's crazy and it's so funny because like it's to a time where like I can't even like it's weird how the universe works out and everything because like 10 years ago I would have been like damn I need the EBT but like nowadays like I don't even use it like I see you see my post I had like 600 something dollars I'm trying to find somebody to sell that shit to. I could probably make like 300 because I have 623 on there. It says 644, but I bought some water and shit. And then like, well, I don't want to tell you guys what else. Like I said, I gotta be careful what I say on here. It was good with it. Yeah, I am comfortable. Just chilling right now. It's crazy though. But my diet, man, that shit changed. Like the last few weeks, that's why I know why we're in the ship. Like, cause like personally, for me personally, like it's to a point where I cannot even eat nothing. Like I don't vibe, which I don't vibe with any type of diet. I don't like I can't eat even fruit and vegetables. Like I think that one bitch from the breatharian community, I think she got offended because I said fruit and vegetables because they talk about like fruit and veggies and how it's healthy and when you break your fast eat fruit and veggies and I was like fruit and veggies get me nauseated. I don't even like that shit. And then they try to act like they're better than people. Oh, I'm a vegan, I'm fruitarian, and like first of all, if you have a specific diet that you need to abide by, you're weak and you're a slave. And I'm not saying like I'm not talking about you guys. You guys aren't breatharian. You guys are regular people doing regular. So I'm not speaking about you, but you got these people who think they're better than people like you who aren't breatharian. If you're not, and they're like, "Oh, we have a fruitarian diet. We don't eat meat. We don't eat this. You eat Oreos and cakes." I'm like, "Bitch, you still gotta go to the grocery store and get fruit. You still gotta go get a fucking seed and put it in the ground and wait 3, 4 months for that shit to grow just to get a handful of fruit. And bitch, how much fruit you eat a day? So even then, unless you're growing it on a mass scale, you still gotta go to the grocery store every day. You ain't nobody growing. There's nobody who's growing fruit where they're supplying their own, and especially they got kids. They're supplying their whole food source simply just from growing. Unless you own a farm, unless you own a hydroponic facility, which that costs a lot of money. And if you own that, you'll be selling to the stores. You own a farm, if you own a hydroponic facility, you be making hundreds of thousands or millions because you be at that point you be selling fruit and veggies to the grocery store, to the fucking convenience stores. You be making money as well. So nobody's doing that shit for the most part. And the amount of time, effort, energy into doing that, like you're not better than motherfuckers. You're not better. He's like, "How's your day going?" My day's going good. It's going good. Sometimes your day doesn't need to be going good though. That's the thing. Sometimes the reason why people suffer is because they had too many good days. Because you have too many good days and it's too comfortable, then down the line, that shit comes to bite you in the ass because you didn't do what you were supposed to be doing. So right now I'm having a good day, but it's not a good day as in like something there's certain things I have to sacrifice, a certain thing I have to do to put myself in a better space. So
It just depends. But spiritually, I'm having a good day.
But some I always look at it like I don't know. Some days don't need to be good, or maybe I need to change my perspective of what is good. A crackhead giving up drugs, he's not having a good day, but spiritually he's having a good day because he's saving his spirit from being a drug addict in the future. He's not gonna have to overdose in the future. So you gotta look at it from that perspective. Like good day isn't always good. That's what's wrong with a lot of people. They always want good, and like I'm not saying you like I'm having a good day, yeah, but my good day, my definition of a good day is very different from other people's. And when you look at it from that perspective, the days that you actually have that are good and it's really blissful and you're really happy, those days come as a reward for the hard work you've done. You see what I'm saying? You got to define your own shit. Like you can work you like you'll have people out here who are construction workers. They work playing the dirt, dig holes in the fucking ground. Then they come home. Oh, I work hard. I'm a construction worker. And then they come home just to watch TV. And then they complain and they get jealous and envy and they hate. Oh, this nigga, he's 23 years old and he owns his own fucking water company. And how does he do that in this system? So like, no, motherfucker, like nobody told you to go work at construction for 80 hours and come home and take a break. You should have worked at construction for 80 hours, come home, and then work on something else for 10 hours. Nobody told you you have to relax and have a good day when you came home. Nobody told you when Saturday and Sunday came to chill and hang out with the pals at the bar. Nobody told you to do that. You decided you were programmed by the system. Well, you work hard till Saturday and Sunday. Go drink, go have fun, and watch the game. Okay, so in 20 years, when you don't have nothing to show because you didn't put no work other than go to your fucking shitty construction job, that's you to blame. Nobody else to blame but yourself. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you have to define what is good for you. No, but who said you have to relax? Who said you have to feel good all the time? You feeling that you need to feel good and life is supposed to be good. Life is none. Who said life is supposed to be good? No, you want life to be good. And then you watch Disney movies, you watch Nickelodeon and cartoon, and you watch Marvel superhero where the good guy wins. It's always a good day. So you're programmed from birth to think it's supposed to be good all the time. And that's why a lot of people end up attracting and manifesting the opposite. Horrible days. That's why 90% of Gen Z is miserable. But listen to how Gen Z talks. Everything that comes out of Gen Z's mouth is life is supposed to be easy. We're supposed to be living rent free. Life is supposed to be peaceful and blissful. I just want everything. Everyone's so negative. Everybody is so hateful. Life is so negative. But it's like, bitch, the thing that you want, you're not even experiencing. You have to if you want something, experience it. If you want to fuck somebody, then have sex. You can't be somebody that wants to fuck somebody and you never had sex before. You can't be somebody who wants money but never had money. At that point, I'm looking at you as a weak ass spirit. You can't even manipulate and control your reality to manifest what you want. You're a weak ass spirit. So you're not how are you talking all this love and peace, but you've never experienced or you rarely experience it in your life. You got to look at it from that perspective. Like the people who are so advocate for human rights, for peace and love, those are always the people who don't have it in their life. That's why they go hard for it. That's why they're always talking about how, like you have people talking about how, um, you have these people out here that are so negative, man. That'd be like, oh, doomerism. I want to like life is painful. Life is horrible, and nobody should have kids. And it's like, why are they talking like that? It's because these people, they want to feel good and they never felt good. It's not because they'll say, I hate life. Life is nothing but pain. And you will look at them like, oh, they hate life and they want to just die. But no, these are the people who actually love life more. But life hasn't gone the way they wanted it to go. So that's what makes them hate life. You get what I'm saying? Somebody who always talks about how much they hate life, they actually love life. It's just, it's like a bitch who's attractive, who says, I'm not gonna go out with you, and then you call her ugly. It's like she's only ugly because she says she don't want you. She don't want to go out with you. You're like, you bitch, you ugly. I don't want to go out with you anyway. But you really, in reality, you just mad. Like that's really how it is with these doomers. They be bad. Like, oh, fuck life and fuck this and that. But in reality, it's like, no, they actually probably like life more. That's why they don't get the shit they want, because they desire it too much and they don't have any means of getting it. They just desire it. So when you desire something and you don't have a plan and an action to obtain it using your mind and your gift, then that's what makes you not get something you want. And that's what creates lust and desire for shit you don't want, for shit that you want, but then you say, but you can't get, and then you end up saying, I hate the thing that creates those things. So you say you hate life, but yet at the same time, you'll complain how rent is too expensive, which it is, but it's like you, that means you want to be able to live comfortably. So that means you can't live comfortably without life. You have to be alive to be able to live comfortably and have cheap rent. But yet you say you hate life, but then at another instance say that rent's too high, food's expensive, shit should be free. Well, if you were dead, you wouldn't be able to experience free shit. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like a contradiction there. So do you hate life, or you just, because at that point you would just kill yourself because you can't. And I'm not speaking negative, because like at one point I used to kind of be like people like that. That's why I speak like I used to be like, fuck this shit. This shit is retarded. Like I used to in a way be like that, but then I realized like once you really tap in to know who you are, then it's not like an issue. What's your content about, so I know what to ask to bring up in the future? My content is about anything. My content is about anything. I don't have a, yeah, what's up? Yeah. It's weird, man. Like how I hate how the YouTube has these fucking algorithms, man. Like it's weird. Like they have all these weird, these like random people just coming in your room and shit, and it's like, it's, I don't know, nothing wrong, but it's just kind of weird because like it gets to, it's to a point where like in order for you to get any type of exposure on YouTube, you have to be like talking about some dumb shit, because most of the people who come and across my channel, they're not going to be interested in what I have to say, because the way I talk and how I present myself, it's to a point where it's not going to resonate with like the majority of people. So it's like I kind of hate how they have the algorithm like set up where it's like that. And I don't even want to blame the algorithm. More so I want to blame how people think. Like most people, like, because you only are acting based upon how you think. So it's like most people have been brought up and grown up to be an idiot, so therefore they're gonna like idiotic shit. This is why like Kai Cenat and I Show Speed going to Africa is so popular. Like who the fuck cares that nigga went to Africa? Like it's not like, that's what I'm saying. Like how is that even fucking something to talk about? How do I even know about that shit? It's because I hear so much shit about it. It's like, damn, how the fuck I even know about it? The fact that I even know I show the fact that I even know of an I Show Speed, like that's a problem. Like how the fuck do I know this nigga? Like that means there's a lot of propaganda and advertisements and shit being shoved down people's throat of this nigga. Like how, there's no way I should know about this nigga unless somebody made a concerted effort to make me know about him or make a lot of people know about him. So they must have spent a lot of time in it, because he doesn't have a talent. He isn't special. The only reason you know about him is because of advertisement, marketing, them putting him out there, making him do certain things, boosting him up, do other like they work hard to get these people popular. Like 90% of people you see popular, they're like, it's a concerted effort for them to be popular. It's not a natural attraction. Like there hasn't really been no natural type of attraction that's a celebrity really, other than like you see like Michael Jackson, Tupac, people like that, and even then they had work. But like, and I don't fuck Michael Jackson and Tupac, fuck them. But like at you, when you see people like fuck with them, people are like diehard fans, like Michael Jackson, I love him, and it's like a genuine, people have a connection to that shit. Like nowadays, you ain't nobody loving nobody like Michael Jackson or Tupac or like shit like that. Even like at one point, Will Smith used to be like kind of like that, but then Will Smith, he fell off because he still. I guess if Will Smith would have died like in 2020, 2008, he probably would have still got some respect because when you die, they love you more. You know, like you know how it goes. When you die, they love you. But since he stuck around, like they don't even fuck. Like no, everyone like looks at him as a laughing stock now. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, what if Michael Jackson and Tupac, if they were still alive, they'll probably be hated on. Everyone, oh, why did Tupac have to die? Nigga, if Tupac was alive, his ass would just be like Ice Cube. His ass would be just like any other celebrity. Think about it. Like, imagine if because Ice Cube, even P Diddy, he was around the time when Notorious B.I.G. died. But look, everyone hates P Diddy, and P Diddy was so. Imagine if Notorious Big was fucking still alive. Niggas was be hating on him like P Diddy. They'll probably say he's in P Diddy parties and all that stupid shit. Like niggas only respect you and like you because you dead. If that nigga Michael Jackson was still alive, niggas would probably be saying he's fucking with kids still. He'd probably be in jail for like fucking with kids or somebody saying that he did. I don't know if he did or didn't. I really don't give a shit. None of my business. But you see how it is. It's just weird. Man, the sun is finally out in Kansas. Feels like I came off work today, and I'm like, nah, fuck that place. I don't even need it, and I have no regrets today. Yeah, this sun is. I can see the sun coming out. The weather's getting a lot better, even out here. I think it's supposed to be in the 60s next week. So yeah, it's getting better out here, man. But I don't know. I just don't. I don't like it out here. I'm in Georgia right now. I don't like it in Georgia. I don't like it. I hate Georgia. It feels so dead, man. Like I like, but at the same time, like I like it out here, but I don't like it. I like it because the reason why I hate it is why I like it. I hate it because it's nothing to do. It's so dead. It's so boring. But at the same time, I like it because it's so dead and boring because now I'm not distracted. Like before, like when I was living in California, like it'll be hard for me to want to just stay in the house all day and not do shit or go do something. I always want to go do something because the vibe and the energy and there was more lot to do out here. I'm not gonna say there's not a lot to do out here because it's not about there's more it's not that there's more to do in California than out here, because anywhere you go, there really it's kind of all the same, really, to be honest. Maybe a little bit more in certain areas, but it's just the vibe and the energy. The vibe and the energy is so dead for me out here. I'm not saying everybody has to experience this, but me personally, when I'm out here, the vibe feels so dead and so like lackluster. Like I don't know, it feels so empty and like, which in a way is good because now when I'm in a house all day, I don't really feel I don't feel like I'm missing out unless it's like because if I go and I take a vacation, when I was in California, I just go out to probably the Bay Area, go to Monterey, probably go down south, whatever. But out here is like if I take a vacation, I gotta like take a flight and go like a few states over or some shit. Or some shit. I gotta fly because there's nothing out here that I want to go. Like I don't like it out here. Like it's just lame as fuck out here. Like even all the places within the immediate radius is lame. And there's a lot of traffic out here, and it's like I'm gonna be in traffic for how long just to go somewhere that's fucking retarded? That's like it's not even worth it. Like I don't know, I don't like it out here, man. Like I don't know what it is. Like I just spiritual. When I first got out here, I thought I was overreacting because I visited my dad here last year or 2024. I visited my dad. He lives here, so I visited him. And when I came here, I was like, I don't like it out here. It's lame and the energy. But I thought I would just overreact. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just overreacting. Maybe I'm just talking. And I would just like, maybe I'm just trying to like be too deep about shit. But then when I moved out here, I had the same feeling. And then now it's like, it's amplified. And it's just like, I feel like it's just I want to get the fuck out. And it's like I have the money to get out of here, but like I said, like I'm not trying to go back into my old lifestyle where I was like doing things that was taking me off my path. I don't want to be distracted. So that's why I don't want to go back to California right now because I'm not trying to like I don't need to have fun right now. I need to get certain things done. And because I'm realizing like a lot of things I used to like to do that was fun. Like I used to want to do those things, but then I once you really do a 40-day fast, 30-day fast, and you tap into that breatharian energy, then you don't want to do those things no more because you know how real, true bliss and fun and I like that more than getting high or just getting drunk or just going to do dumb shit. Like that's way better. Like you guys have to experience like going on an extended fast. Once you go that on that, then you realize like this is why I hate how programmed people are when it is to life. And the reason why a lot of people look at life so negative is because they haven't really experienced a long fast. Like that's really, at least for me, that's the only way I feel like I can experience that, or most people can experience it. Like even when I see people who are successful with money and shit, you can just tell they're miserable. They think they're happy, but I'm like, you're really not happy. You're really not really in tune. They think they are, but you can kind of see like the stress and they have more ups and downs and they think it's normal, but like they haven't really tapped into that breatharian state where it's like it's something that you can't explain. I can't explain it. It's just a certain level of content and fulfillment that is like it doesn't matter what's going on externally. You still have a certain level. It's something different. You have to experience it. And once I experienced it, that's where made me just want to just be like, I can never go back. And that's why I really love this path of birtharianism. It's not easy, but what kind of conversations I had, whatever I'm talking about, and then if they resonate with my conversations, then I respond. I don't really talk about nothing. It's not one of those YouTube channels where like I just talk about what people want me to talk about or like or just it's not like yeah, if you watch my channel long enough, like if you're even asking me these questions, you're probably not gonna like my channel because like my channel's not like other channels. Like it's really not. Yeah. I just talk about whatever. It was mainly at one point it was spiritual. You say I'm honestly quitting my job. That shit is so draining, depressing, bro. Like, no, fuck, that's not worth it. If that's what you feel like you need to do, then quit. Yeah, yeah, just quit if you feel like you need to do that. But just make sure you're in a position where, like, you can quit and you won't fuck yourself up. Because I want to say quit or don't quit, like, but just always keep in mind, like, because I don't want to see nobody going through anything negative. And you know how the stupid ass world is. That's why you want to make sure you have some type of plan if you do quit. Because this stupid ass world and these bills and retarded shit. Uh, yeah, that's why I don't even really judge people. I don't really judge people at all. I just mind my business because you never know what somebody's going through to make them do the shit they do. Like, I want your opinion on this. What's your opinion on movies that show men embarrassing situations that will get you clown? I don't get it. Like, men, what's your opinion on movies that show men in embarrassing situations that will get you clowned, and how would you handle those situations? First of all, if it's a movie showing somebody doing that, then that's the movie. Like if I was in an embarrassed, first of all, like you, I won't really be in an embarrassing situation. 'Cause what is an embarrassing situation for me? Like I don't know, my like fucking pants fall down while I'm like walking in the middle. I don't know, like what's embarrassing? Like I see what you mean. Like I've been embarrassed before, but like I'm at a point right now where like I'm not gonna say I won't get embarrassed. I can't get embarrassed, but like I'm the type of person where if I'm out in public and something happens where I'm embarrassed, I'll probably be embarrassed for like a few seconds, at most a minute, but then I'll go into my mind and I'll be like, these people aren't shit. These people aren't paying my bills. These people are nobodies. These people I don't give a fuck about these people. Like I'll look at the situation from a higher perspective. Like, who are these people? They're nobodies. Like, a lot of these people aren't even living fulfilling lives. They work regular shitty jobs. They're nobodies. They're probably insecure themselves about other things. So I don't care what they think. So then once I get into my mind and I start realizing the situation at hand, then the embarrassment will just disappear and I won't be embarrassed no more. But initially at first, I may get embarrassed depending on the situation. I may initially at first, but once I get into the reality of what is, because when you're embarrassed, you're not embarrassed because of what actually happened. You're embarrassed because of how your mind is perceiving it. And you're perceiving reality from a false perspective. You're not perceiving it because you're using your mind to perceive it how you think it's supposed to be. But when you look at reality for what it is, it's like if I tell you this is a dress, this is a dress. This is me just using my mind. I'm delusional. But the reality is this is not a dress. This is a shirt. So if I tell you this is a dress, we can pretend it's a dress. We can play like it's a dress. But in reality, this is a fucking shirt for men. So we can pretend, we can say we're embarrassed, we can say we're depressed, we're sad, but in reality, are you really embarrassed? Are you in reality? You could be embarrassed and sad, but 90% of the time, what you're experiencing is not real. It's just your mind pretending it is, or you're programmed to think it is. But if you look at the reality and look at it from a higher perspective, you'll realize that that's all full of shit. Like, why would you be embarrassed of these people? If you knew the reality of what all these people go through in their life, you wouldn't be embarrassed. It's just like, would you be embarrassed around your mom if something happened compared to if you're around your friends? No, because you know your mom on a more deeper level. You see what I'm saying? You know them on a certain level, whatever. So you're not gonna have the same reaction and response as somebody you don't know. But if you knew that person in reality, you will not give a fuck what they gotta say. Because you'd be like, this person, they shit. They're insecure themselves. Everyone's insecure. Why would I be insecure and embarrassed of another person who's insecure and embarrassed? Just because you didn't see them, you don't know their insecurity, you never seen them embarrassed, doesn't mean it's not there. Like I said, the reality is. You don't always see the reality for what it is, but it's there. What I meant by scenario earlier, you and your lady were doing something decent somewhere and somebody saw the act by accident. Like I said, this is what I was saying. Some people don't see that as embarrassing. Some people actually get sexually turned on by other people seeing them have sex. Some people will get embarrassed. Some people don't give a fuck. So the reality is, who gives a shit? That's the reality. But how you think is only do you. Like, if you're embarrassed, then that's you. You don't have to be embarrassed. That's just your mind being embarrassed. Nobody told you you have to be embarrassed. Just like you could go to a steakhouse and order chicken strips. Nobody told you to order. You just wanted it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Nobody told you to be embarrassed. You wanted it. It just depends. Like I said, if I go into a situation that where even if you're sad, depressed, angry, embarrassed, whatever negative emotion you go through, always look at the matter at hand. Like, okay, who gives a fuck? Like, you don't have to have that experience. And not to say you're not going to get angry, you're not going to get depressed. It's not to say that, but like I said, you can always look at it from a different perspective. Most of the time, when something gets you depressed, angry, and upset, and you can't control it, 99% of the time, that's because your nervous system is fucked up. When your nervous system isn't working properly, when something gets you depressed, you're gonna keep thinking about it because the nervous system is like when I get a knife and I stick it in your hand, you're gonna be like, it's painful, it hurts. What's making you do that? Your nervous system. So your nervous system is being agitated to make you scream, I'm in pain. So let's take it to the mind. When somebody does something to piss you off, it's normal to be pissed off. They agitate your nervous system. But when you keep thinking about it and you can't let it go, when you're always insecure, scared, you don't have confidence, that's because your nervous system isn't processing information. So that's what they call mental illness. So your nervous system is irregulated and not in a normal way. So you have to, once you get that under control, all the things that make you embarrassed, sad, depressed, not to say you're never going to get sad, but when it's to a point where you keep thinking about it and it's, you can't just move on and it's a problem and it's hindering other aspects of your life, then once you get that situated, then you'll notice it's not going to be there no more. The depression, anxiety, it won't be there. It's only there because you have an underlying issue that's making it be like that. You have to like know it's not that serious. It ain't. Don't look at it. You may think, oh, this person did this, and it's normal to get upset and angry, but anger is supposed to be something to make you learn from your mistakes. It's to help you, to motivate you. But once you like, it's been like a week, 2 weeks, and you're still thinking about the same thing over and over, then that's something to do with your nervous system. That's something to do with that's something you got to go through and heal from. That's not normal. And a lot of people think that when I say this, you're supposed to forget about it. You can, forgetting about something isn't like, doesn't mean that you're not depressed. Like, in order for you to not be depressed, you have to forget that. No, you can still remember something. Because there's certain things when I was like 20 that used to depress me. Like, fuck, I always think about it all the time, every day. But then once I did spiritual healing and I got my nervous system regulated, like, I think about that shit and I'm like, that's not even a big deal. How the fuck? I wasted a whole year being depressed over that. So this is why a lot of people commit murders. When you see somebody who commits a murder, like, how can somebody kill somebody? How can they kill? Like, don't they scared to go to jail or what? It's because they haven't. There when your nervous system gets irregulated to that crucial point where it's like some people feel like the only way to resolve that is to kill somebody because that person hurt them so much that they can't live unless that person suffers through physical pain or death. So this is how a lot of murders happen, where like a guy will go and kill the girl because she left him, or the guy go and kill somebody, or the girl go and kill this dude, or the reason that happened. And you're like, don't they scared they're gonna go to jail or the police are gonna investigate? And they didn't even try to hide the evidence because they were so caught up in their emotion. This is why you want to keep your nervous system regulated, because you don't want to get to a point where you end up, because as a human being, it's like a computer. If the computer isn't right, if the computer has a virus, it's going to act up. No matter how strong the computer is, if it has a virus, it's going to act up. So no matter how normal of a human being are, if your nervous system is irregulated, you will do something crazy. So a lot of people think, like, you have people who've never been to that low point where they don't understand it. So like, oh, I'll never do this, I'll never do that. No, you'll never do it right now because your nervous system is not that dysregulated. Some people are born with nervous systems that are dysregulated. Some people, certain things happen to them and it creates that. Some people just aren't born with it and they maybe have a healthy mind. And but not to say that if there was some type of device or machine or something were to happen where it got irregulated, you can get to that point. Like having extreme anger, like, for example, let me give you an example, like bliss, having a happy feeling and pleasure. We all can experience pleasure, the deepest pleasure that is imaginable. We all can experience that. It's safe to say that, right? So if that's safe to say, we all can experience the deepest pleasure if the circumstance is right, whatever that feel is to you. Can't you say we can all experience the darkest anger if circumstances present itself? So you see what I'm saying? This is why, like, it's good to know, like, you want to always keep that in mind. Like, keep your nervous system, keep your mind in check. You don't want to let it go to that, because they don't teach you this shit in school. They don't teach you this shit. They just tell you if you're angry, if you're upset. This is why a lot of people do crazy shit. It can go all the way to the point somebody killing somebody, all the way to the point of somebody
cussing someone out or just all over the place. Like they don't teach people how to regulate their mood and emotion because they look at it like, well, you better not do that, and like it's just weird, man. It's weird. It's weird. Even when I look at everything in society that's negative, society's fault. Like when you see like a guy, he'll go out and kidnap a child and rape and molest a child. What pisses me off, okay, I'm not okay. The guy who did that needs to go to jail. The guy who did that needs to be put in a mental illness and probably dead. But how does when I see somebody who molests children and kidnaps children, I'm not just looking at the man as a problem. He's a prime problem. Get rid of him, throw him in jail, kill him, do whatever you got to do. But how in the fuck is a person like that even cultivated in society? I blame society. I blame the government. Because if you look at these indigenous African tribes, they didn't have shit like that. If you look at indigenous tribes, they didn't have pedophilia. And if they did, it came after the fact where there was some type of colonization or some type of like American type system, like this colonial system, which goes beyond just America. But you see what I'm saying? Like any normal civilization won't have that because that's a mental illness. Mental illness is cultivated. Mental illness is not just natural. Nobody just wants to just start raping kids and doing that shit. Something has to happen down the line. And most of the time, what happens is something that's colonization, this European culture that is imposed on people. It created, and I don't mean just all white people. When I say European, I'm talking about the people who colonized this land, which are Europeans. Not all white people are like that. It's nothing to do with white people. It's the people who run this land, who are Europeans, they don't fuck with you white people either. They hate you white people. So this goes beyond racism. Like something that they did as a result of the system and how it works, it's created a monster like that. From serial killer, psychopath, pedophile, all of that is because of something happened within the system. So how can you, like they'll tell you like, oh, if a kid is acting up, they'll say you're who raised you. You must have some bad parents because the kid don't know manners. That kid's disrespectful. That means his parents didn't raise him right. But bitch, last time I checked, your parents aren't responsible for raising you like 80% of the time. Most of the time they're at work. Most of the time you're at daycare, you're at school, you're hanging out with your friends more than your parents. Your parents, especially nowadays when people got to work like 50 hours a fucking week or 80 hours a week just to make ends meet, most kids aren't seeing their parents like that. Most of the time, the kids are out hanging out with friends. They're at school. They're at daycare. That's what's raising kids, not just the parent. The parents probably have a small percentage, you can say, but I would say probably like 30%, 40% max the parent has involved in the child's upbringing. The other 60%, 70% is society. That's what's making kids act the way they act. That's why a lot of parents, when they come home to their kids, they'll be like, who taught you that word? Or a lot of parents don't even resonate with their fucking kids because they be listening to rock music or rap music. How does a white kid listening to rap music, but then his parents are like a full Trump supporter? That don't make sense. It's because like the environment influences it. So that's how all these monsters and sick pedophiles and psychopaths, they get birthed because society, the way it's structured, because the people who made these societies, they're the psychopaths, they're the perverts and the crazy people. So whoever is in charge of the system, it's a reflection of how the system is. So when you look at the majority of people, most people are depressed, most people are anxiety, most people are psychopaths, serial killers. Not most people are psychopaths because there's not that many serial killers, but the fact that there is a serial killer, that shows you something. There should be a society when the serial killer shouldn't even exist. Like that's some type of like extreme trauma, mental illness that only can be produced due to a flawed system. It's like go look at every person who does some crazy sick shit. They don't show you it because they keep a lot of this shit behind closed doors. But if you go to every pedophile, every serial killer, every psychopath, if you look at their whole childhood, everyone, at least everyone that I've seen and I've done my research, they will always have some type of story where they were fucked in the brain when they were kids. Like whether they got abused themselves, they got physically, verbally, everything. It's always a problem. Even down to you have people come on my channel. Why are you cussing so much? Why you have to cuss so much? It's like, motherfucker, like I cuss because I feel like it. The reason you don't like cussing is because you probably were verbally abused as a kid and your dad told you to get your bitch ass in the fucking house before he fucking slaps you upside your fucking nappy ass head or your faggot ass head. And then now you, since you were so verbally abused, you want to be a fucking verbal police and oh, you're swearing all the time. You're swearing. You want to act like you're all good, and it's no, it wasn't that you were good. Because when you were a kid, you were a badass kid, and your parent told you to get in the house, so they go slap you upside your fucking head, and that verbal abuse traumatized you. So now, as a grown ass adult, you want to sit there and police everybody who uses the F word. See how like like people's mental illness comes from somewhere. It doesn't. It's not just. It all comes from somewhere. It's like that man's channel is always reflecting. Shout out to Paul Hinton. Yeah, it's crazy. My whole family be looking at me crazy because I'm into astrology, spirituality. My mom starts tripping when I be fasting. Yeah, just don't even try to. One thing I realized: never explain anything to anyone. When I started fasting, I was looked at. I was crazy, and they try to take me to the psychiatrist. Oh, it was a lot of shit, and I will explain to them. I remember this was like years, like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I will explain to my parents, this is the reason I'm doing, and I would try my best. That's one thing I don't do. I don't explain myself now, and this is why, like, since you're young and stuff, do not ever explain yourself. The only time you should ever explain yourself is to the police if they're trying to accuse you for a crime. Like if they come and say, did you do this and you didn't do it? Or even if you did do it and you trying to lie to them, whatever, then explain yourself. But if it ain't the police, you don't got to explain yourself to shit, to nobody. Unless you want to. Maybe you want to, like, but even then, why do you want to? You want their approval? Obviously, I want a police approval so my black ass don't go to I'm not black, but my ass don't go to jail. You see what I'm saying? Obviously, I want that approval. I'm gonna explain myself why this is this, why this is that. But if it ain't no police, I'm not explaining myself because I don't gotta explain shit to you. And if I have to explain somebody and it ain't to the police, that means I want your approval. Why do I want your approval? Who are you? Unless you try to write me a check for like $100 million, and I need to explain you. I need to explain to you why that you should give me the check. Then I guess you can say that. But other than that, don't explain yourself. Like you said, your family looking. You don't explain yourself. They think if they think astrology is crazy, then there's nobody on this planet, the surface of this earth, or whatever you want to call this shit. There's nobody in this bitch that can convince them that astrology is not crazy. If they think it's crazy, then be like, okay, you think it's crazy, then go ahead and think that. But once you try to stop me from doing what you think is crazy, then that's when it's a problem, and then that's when I'm going to address you on that. Even then, don't prove that astrology is not crazy. Just be like, okay, that's your belief. Keep it that way. Don't intrude your belief onto making it like I need to stop doing it because it's crazy for you. That's when it's a problem. But you never explain yourself to nobody because there was things I would explain myself. There'd be times where I was literally about to fucking like go through the worst. I was in a worst situation, and like it's weird because I don't even like to really bring this up, but the worst situation in my life, literally where I thought I was gonna die. That's the time where I felt like I was. There's no other time I felt like I was looked at the craziest and had so much adversity from people I thought cared about me. Was it the time I felt like that the most was the time I thought I was gonna die. The time I thought I was gonna die was the time I felt the most distance, the most looked at. I was crazy, everything, and I was explaining myself, and then I realized years later that this is why I always tell myself, and so I always tell you guys, I know everything. And because I at that point I was upset, but I was asking for advice and I was trying to convince people who weren't, I don't want to say weren't shit, but they weren't shit in terms of what I spiritually know and what my on a spiritual level. So I was going to people on a spiritual level that weren't shit compared to where my spirit is, trying to convince them and get their approval. But once I realized what I needed to do, I didn't need any of their approval. So that's where I was wrong at. Like you don't need to convince anyone. As long as you're right, you're right. If they want to, you trying to convince them is you just being in your ego. You want their approval so you can be like, I told you, and just so you can feel. It's not like once they know you're right, they're gonna go and help you or support you or not. Even if they believe in astrology, they're still probably like still not even complete what they want to do. Like, you know how some people say, well, I'm going to open my own business. They don't open their own business. If you told your family about astrology, they'll be like, and they agree with you. Oh, astrology is true. Fasting is good. I bet you $100 million next month. They're not going to fast. They're not going to go get their natal chart. They're going to just sleep on it like most people do. Like nobody takes action for shit. So even if your family did believe in that like shit, even if they were approval of you fasting, I doubt they're gonna fast tomorrow. I doubt they're gonna be in. They're gonna just probably respect it, but they're gonna make up another excuse where they can't fast or I'll do it tomorrow or see like just like most people, they don't. They're not really. They don't follow through with shit. It's like, and I'm not saying you should disrespect your family because they're obviously they're helping you. They're doing their thing, but keep it on that level. Like just talk to them about regular shit. Just be like, I love you, mom, and this, and keep it simple. There's no reason to go deep with your family at all. There's really no reason. And at the end of the day, they supporting you. They're letting you stay there. That's good. They're helping you. So they're playing a role in your spiritual journey, allowing you to stay there and giving you the stability to be able to be on your feet and not have to be stressed about being homeless or having to pay rent. Even if you are paying rent, probably not as much as you'll be paying if you're by yourself. So look at it like they're playing their spiritual role to help you in certain ways because you may think like, oh, they're against me, they don't, I don't have nothing to do with me, but yet they could be helping you in certain ways you don't know it. Like helping you with your stability, helping you with emotional support. Being they're there, they probably still care and love you and shit, but just because they don't believe in astrology or whatever, because you can meet people who do believe in fasting and astrology, and they're fucking idiots. Like there's people I meet that are into astrology, into esoterics, and I don't fucking like them. And when I'm around these people, it makes me kind of think like, damn, like get the fuck away from me. You talking too deep about shit. Or not to say like when I say deep, it's like you talking too much esoteric or everything ain't esoteric and deep like that. Or even if it is, bitch, I don't want to keep hearing that all the time. Like sometimes me, when it comes to my esoteric shit and when I talk deep, I like to talk about it and do it in my real life. If I'm around you and everything's about astrology and esoteric shit, those are the type of people who they look at you, oh, why are you playing a video game? That's not esoteric. Or why are you fucking wearing your clothes like that? That's not. I'm like, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Like, so it goes both ways. A person who's too deep and into astrology, they're fucking batshit crazy, and a person who's too sheep, they're retarded too. You gotta look at it from a balance. Like, don't think that, oh, if I had family that was, but if you have family that were so deep into esoteric astrology, they're like, oh, your astrology shows this and that. You can't live with us no more because I'm not my synastry to your moon sign isn't right with mine, so we can't live together. And based upon some astrology and esoteric, they cut that relationship. So just like it could be good, it could also be negative on that side. So just be happy with what you got and work with what you got and be grateful for what you got. Don't If you want to change anything, change yourself and hope that you can find people in your life that resonate with your frequency, not based upon, oh, they're into astrology, I want to be in astrology, or they're into this, I want. No, their frequency. Anytime you're trying to deal with somebody, make it when they're on your frequency, and frequency goes beyond just astrology, esoteric, or money or business. It goes to this person is aligned and we're chill, we know, and then we're also doing the same thing. So the things like esoteric astrology is an add-on, but frequency is thought wise, it's connected. That's really what it is.
Because I've been in a situation where motherfucker, like there was back in 2018, I'll say, when I had my other channel. I had like 3 channels on YouTube. I think I had my original channel. I forgot which channel. It was a channel before this channel. And somebody he lived in, I was living in the valley, and somebody who lived in the Bay Area, he found my channel and shit. And it was my channel was awesome. It wasn't like it was now. My channel was like very different. I was talking about dumb shit like organic portals and spirituality, but from a retarded level. Like I wasn't really talking like I was now. So I attracted certain people, and then like this dude, he came, he visited, and he's like, "Oh, I'll buy you." He drove all the way from the Bay Area, came, and we went out, and he bought food for me and shit, and we just kicked it and shit. And because he seen my channel, and he was all telling me like he's gonna give me his car, one of his cars, because he had a car and it was like broken or some shit. And he said he was gonna give it to me or whatever. And then I was like, oh cool. And then like I text him like, oh, you still gonna give me the car? And he just straight ghosted me and shit. And it's like I don't really give a fuck. I got my own car now and shit. So I got my own. I don't need shit from your raggedy ass car. And to be honest, like the car that he have, I have a better car that runs better. It looks nicer, and I have more money than him. He works at a bum ass construction job. I don't ever have to work at any job. So fuck you, and I'm doing better than you. So I don't need your little raggedy shit anymore because I'm up now, and you're probably still in the same situation with your stanky ass breath if you still watching this video. And like he just ghosted, and I don't care if a motherfucker ghosts, but it's like as a man, like if you're a female, you're a bitch, you're obviously you're a pussy because you got one, so you're gonna do some ghost shit. But if you're a man and if you have a problem, say something to me. Be like, okay, I don't like what you did. Like, I don't know if it was because of my video I said. I don't think because I wasn't even because the videos I made, because I only made one video after the time between the time he ghosted me and then the time he seen me last. And he see my other video. So obviously that didn't offend them because he wouldn't have came out and drove all the way from the Bay Area to let's go eat out and whatever. So obviously my other videos didn't offend them, but then I made a video and I didn't say nothing offensive on that video. And after that, he just straight up just ghosted, and I was like, oh, whatever. So it was kind of weird. So and then this was person who was like so called. He wasn't even spiritual. Like nigga wasn't spiritual, but he was just somebody who like watches spirituality videos and watches conspiracy. Like these confused people who don't know about nothing. I call these people confused because they don't believe in religion, they don't believe in God, Jesus, they don't believe in the system, but then at the same time, they don't believe in anything that's has any like substantial value in it. Like they may believe in astrology and all that other shit, but they can't apply it to their life. These are like confused people, which is most people. Like they're like in limbo. They don't fuck with the system. And if you look at it, the only reason they don't fuck with the system is because the system hasn't treated them right. It's not like these niggas make money in the system, or if they were to get rich, they will still like a lot of these niggas, if they got rich, they'll still fuck with the system. So the only reason they hate the system is because the system didn't do them good. Life didn't do them good. That's the only reason they hate it. Like it's not like they genuinely, intrinsically hate this fucking system with a passion. Like a lot of these niggas just been done wrong by the system, and that's why they hate it. Like these niggas would probably sell out if they give them the opportunity. So it was some weird shit. So that made me realize, like, okay, motherfuckers is just weird. Like, even on this spiritual, like, I noticed, like, people who are into spirituality are actually more, um, they're more like judgmental, more confused, more traumatized and hurt than somebody who's just not into spirituality. Like, I noticed that. Not to say people who aren't into it, they're not bots or whatever, but you got to look at it from a genuine perspective. Like, why, why is anybody who's so hard at spirituality and esoteric and astrology, there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to look at it like, why are you so into this? Are you applying, especially if they're not applying it, especially if they're working regular jobs year after year, they're in their fucking 30s like this nigga was,
he was in his 30s when I was fucking like, I was like 20. This was back in like 2018, so probably like around 8 years ago. So I was probably like 25 or some shit, probably 24. I don't know, but like he's into all this, and you in your 30s, your breast thing, you still living with your parents still. Not to say anything wrong with that, like, but like I'm looking at it like based upon him talking about astrology. Okay, how are you going through under you work at construction? All of this shit, it don't add up. So this one made me realize this nigga's a weirdo. Like he's weird and he has issues. And a lot of spiritual people they're like this. And it's not about money and like I said, like most spiritual people are fucking damaged. Like when I go to remember I told you guys about the breatharian forum I was in and the bitch got offended. Like she didn't say she got offended, but she was responding to me. Then when I started talking deep, and it wasn't even esoteric deep. It was like deep about fasting and my experience. She like because everybody else in that chat was so one dimensional and so stupid. So when I said something deep, it like she got offended. Like a lot of spiritual people, they're so like when you see this love and light, new age shit, they're so one dimensional. So they'll be talking all love and light, and when you talk to them, they always respond with one dimensional. Like I can't even really like explain it really right, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. These weird ass spiritual people, they'll just be like, oh, if you want to be successful, you have to sacrifice and you have to be good, or you have like I don't know. They don't even say shit like that, but they just say very mundane shit. And anytime when I will say something deep, it goes over their head, or they'll change the subject, or like this bitch, she just didn't respond, but like she was responding to all my other shit. But then when I said something deep, it's like she didn't respond, and it is weird. It's like this is why I said like most. This is why I don't even fuck with spiritual people. I don't, because most spiritual people are damaged, because you got to look at it. When somebody is spiritual, they look at everything. They're actually more damaged than somebody who isn't, because somebody who's spiritual, any type of slight perceived negative is like, for example, it could be somebody who's into breatharian fasting. If they see somebody eating a bag of sunflower seeds, they may look at that as negative energy, not knowing, like, first of all, we're in a world with other people. um you're a grown ass man. Mind your fucking business. What are you doing in your life to better it? And if they want to eat sunflower seeds, then let them eat that shit. You're not eating it, so it's not a problem. But yet they'll see somebody eating a bag, or they'll see like it's just little small weird shit. People would take offense. That's not even like you guys don't even understand. Like there'll be times where like on that forum there'll be somebody. Every post that somebody leaves would be like, "I'm wishing you a beautiful, lovely day," and then they have a fake ass smile, or happy blessings and love and peace, or they'll like the person will like the comment, but then it'll be a post like LOL. This you having fun, you a cool dude. They won't like the post because in their mind, oh, he said cool, so he must be connected to the hood, because who uses the word cool? He should use appreciation. Or you see, they're that deep. Like these people are very traumatized. They're very hurt. Where you can't even use the word cool. You can't even say what's up, because they may get offended. Like you should tell me hello, or like get the fuck out of here. Like I hate motherfuckers like that. Like that's why I don't fuck with spiritual people. Like if you're too spiritual, I'm gonna cuss you the fuck out, or I don't even need to do that. Like I said, I don't even do that shit. I don't even like to just cuss motherfuckers out at the end of the day, because like I said, I'm not trying to create a situation where I'm gonna end up in jail. Like I'm not trying to start no problems or start no fight, because I don't want to get to a point where I end up having to go get something and then I end up doing something and I'm gonna go to jail. So I just won't even be around you. If I feel like you might incite that type of energy out of me, I won't even be around you, because niggas want to sit here and talk all this shit and act like, oh, you scared, you scared. Yeah, I am scared. I'm scared to go to jail, motherfucker. I can go get a strap right now and put a bullet in your fucking head in the middle of the fucking shopping center. where everyone's at. I can do that. It's not hard. But what makes it hard is I don't want to go to jail. But then if I don't do that, then you say I'm a pussy because I didn't do anything. No, nigga, if I do that, whatever I do to you is gonna be 100%. I'm not gonna sit here and just like go 50% and fight you. If you piss me off to the point, I'll just go put a bullet in your head. And I don't want to do that. Not just to go to jail, but spiritually, I don't want to have that burden on my spirit and have to deal with that energy. I don't want to go to jail. So I don't, if you want to call me a pussy because I don't want to do, yeah. But at the end of the day, like motherfuckers, I don't sit there and say somebody's a pussy because they don't want to have no problem. Because you don't know what type of problem that they're gonna bring. Nobody wants to go to jail. Nobody trying to have that energy on their spirit. So, like, how would you call somebody? Like, so that's why I know what not to be around. Like, I don't be around certain individuals. I know that might incite that out of me. I learned that shit from high school. I learned that shit from early college days. Well, I didn't go to college, but when I went to this fucking culinary school in San Francisco. The only reason I went there is so I could just stay. I want to live in San Francisco by myself in the dorm room. That's the only reason I went. I just use that as an excuse. And it's funny because I don't even have to pay for the debt because I accumulated like $10,000 debt, and this was back in 2010. So they erased all that shit because they had debt forgiveness, and my debt was so small. Because I only went for like 6 months and they kicked me out because they said because they said I was causing a lot of trouble in the dorm room or whatever. I don't know. That's what they say, and then they kicked me out. But it was actually a good thing they kicked me out because if I would have stayed longer, I would have accumulated like over close to $100,000 worth of debt. And it wasn't just they kicked me out. I also failed one of the classes, and then they said I had to go out of pocket and pay for the class, which is like $2,000. I'm like, I'm not paying fucking $2,000 for a goddamn culinary school. And that same culinary school has a lawsuit. I think they closed the lawsuit, but it was a $40 million lawsuit of the class before me. And like a few years back, it was a class action where they sued that Le Cordon Bleu culinary school because they weren't even getting jobs in the field that they say they were. So like me getting out of that school was actually like the spirit watching my back. And because the only reason I went there is so I can stay in the San Francisco door, because my brother went to college in San Jose State. And I wanted to go to college. I didn't want to go to college, but I wanted to stay in the dorm room and just chill and live with myself and get fucked up and get drunk. But I didn't get. My grades were so fucked up, I didn't get accepted. So this is where I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to San Francisco, go to culinary school, and it was fun though. There was like, because it was like a dorm room with different kids. There was a um, fine ass bitch from one. It was a fine ass bitch from South America down there. And yeah, we did a lot of shit over there. I had a lot of fun and we drank and I got weed and shit. And this is one Asian dude, he was my roommate. He had money. He's kind of retarded and slow. And he had like a check. He got a check every month. This nigga would literally give me his whole check. Like he'll like buy whatever. Like cause he kind of was slow. So I was like he'll let me, like he'll just, like we were smoking and he'll buy all the weed, he'll buy all the swishers, buy all the food. And he didn't care. Like he was kind of slow, but he got like money. So I like, see, that's what I'm saying. So I wasn't tripping. I was like having fun there. So, but then I ended up leaving. But that was the only reason I went to that school, was just to have fun. That's it. And it was in the middle of downtown San Francisco. So at night we went out and chilled and went to the weed club. But what was I saying? I was saying something before. Like, yeah, I don't kick it with spiritual people. I don't like when I see somebody like if I'm not to say you shouldn't kick it with spiritual people, but if you are gonna kick it with spiritual people, like I said, make it about business, make it be a reason, and don't never try to get in a relationship with anybody or anything. Make everything natural. Never the way I look at it when it comes to females, don't even try to get in a relationship with a female. The only time like dating apps, all of that shit, like that shit is the dumbest shit ever. Like I don't even know why dating apps even exist. That's I don't even see dating apps as nothing but like a place to just
link up to just fuck. Like you're just trying to fuck. Like I don't see how people go on the dating apps to get relationships. I use a dating app one time, and I met up with some female one time. This is back in 2012. I met up with some female, and that was the only time I met it. I used a dating app, and I was the only bitch I linked up with it on a dating app, and she was mentally fucking ill. She was retarded, and like not like she was like depressed, mentally ill, all emotional, and I was like, never again would I ever be. And ever since then, I never needed to go on a dating app because I realized it's easier to get a relationship out in public than it is on a dating app, because in public, anybody on a dating app has any female that's on a date, especially if it's a female. If you're a female and you're on a dating app, that bitch is heavily damaged. I'm gonna tell you why. A normal female, as a female, you shouldn't even be on a dating app because you should already have men coming at you in public. You should, if you're an attractive female with an attractive body and attractive mind, men should be coming at you left and right to the point where you don't even have time to be on a dating app. A man has more business on a dating app than a female, if anything. But a female, you should have been already had men coming at you in real life, and you can scope them out in real life and have something. But when you see a female on a dating app, that's a bitch who's like very lost. Like you don't have a man, you're on a dating. That's a bitch who has a lot of trust. Because women are more like they're intuitive. They're more yin. They're more of the not like they're like the yin energy. So that's more so of they attract. So if a female doesn't have a man, that means something's fucked up in her mind. Even if she says she doesn't want a man, that means she's been in a situation where she's been hurt and she sees men as fucking damaging to her, or she's a lesbian, which means she has mental illness, because homosexuality is a mental illness, men and women. So she's either homosexual, which is a mental illness, so she has some type of trauma to make her homosexual, because to be a homosexual, to have those tendencies, you can't be a homosexual without going through some type of mental trauma, spiritually or physically. That's why they say homosexuality is not natural, because it's a mental illness. If you look at every person who's a homosexual, they've gone through some type of sexual abuse, or this life or a past life, or something spiritually. It's some type of abuse, which is, so if she's a lesbian and she don't trust men, she has mental illness. Or if she says she doesn't want to be dating men because she has some type of I don't trust men, or men, she has mental illness, because you must be only attracting fucked up men. If you're attracting men that whip your ass and go upside your head and cuss you out and disrespect you and don't take you seriously, then obviously as a female, something's wrong with you. Not to say that something's not wrong with the man, but why you? Because you're a woman. Women are they're intuitive. They're supposed to attract. So any man that's in a female's life, she attracted that more so than a man, because men are external. Men are supposed to seek out. Women are supposed to attract. So if a female can't attract a man that could create, not just a man that can create stability in her life, there's something wrong with that woman. So when I see a fine, attractive female, especially if she's like in her late 20s and she's attractive and she has no man, I automatically look at her 99% of the time as she's damaged and she's traumatized, because there's no way in hell, especially like, because sir, I don't want to say, that's why I say 99% of the time, because there could be a time where you as a man are trying to find a female, and that could be the female for you, and she's single. So this is why I say 99% of the time. But this is why you have to look at your own mindset and be honest with yourself. Are you in a fucked up mindset? If you're in a fucked up mindset and you're honest with yourself, and you see a female and she's attracted to you, there's a high chance that she's going to be toxic, because you're in a fucked up mindset. Even if she's fine and she's attractive, she looks good, it could still be a toxic relationship. You see what I'm saying? So you got to keep that in mind and be honest with yourself. Are you fucked up mentally, physically, spiritually? And therefore, that's what you're going to attract in a female. She can look good in everything. She just be an evil looking, good looking bitch. Like they say, devil in red dress. like an asshole, but yet she looks good. But you have to be honest with yourself and know. And then, like it's to a point for me where if I see a female and I know I'm not in the right mind state, I'll just get with her to fuck and that's it. I won't take it seriously. I'm not gonna give my energy to the bitch. And that's another thing. You don't want to give your energy or time, not just to females, but to anybody in general. Because that's one way that's gonna get you like in the nut house. Because it's a lot like there's this man, he shot some bullets in this female's house because he gave her $800 and she didn't give him no pussy. But I'm like, nigga, why would you give a female that? Because they tell you nobody owes you nothing. So why would you give somebody something thinking they're gonna owe you? This is why I don't even give anybody nothing. I don't help anyone or nothing unless I truly, fully, genuinely feel it. There's been people like there's been even when it comes to a female, like I won't like go out. I'll pay for like food and probably go out to eat, it depending on where it's at. But I'm not giving no bitch no money or nothing because I'm not gonna invest that much time and energy into a bitch just for her to not give me what I think she should give me. And then they'll say, well, nobody owes you that. All right, you're right. So that's why I'm going to take my precautions and not go out and help, not just with women, but with anybody. I don't like to just give money. I don't like to just, like, even if I see somebody that needs help bad, like, you can't because motherfuckers, like I said, nobody owes you nothing. So you be giving something to somebody and then you think somebody's supposed to owe you something and they don't give it back in a timely fashion. And then you get upset. And then this is how a lot of people do crazy shit. It's how a lot of men get angry and they want to choke the bitch out and they cuss her out and they start because in the relationship they probably gave her money, gave her time, energy, and then she ends up ghosting him and leaving him. And he's like, "Well, I did all this for you and you didn't do." And then it gets them angry. So me, I'm gonna play it safe and not give that much, if at all, any energy. So therefore, if the bitch wants to do something like that, I will be like, "Well, I didn't give my energy." It's like you putting hundreds of hours into a job working and they don't give you your check. You're gonna get mad. People put hundreds of hours into some bitch, her money and everything. She doesn't give them anything back. She just ghosts them. That's why they get upset. But if you don't put that energy in it, then if the bitch does that, then it will be nothing in return. Like you won't really have it. You won't get upset if the bitch leaves. You won't get angry. And not just with females, goes beyond females. Don't put your energy into something that you know you're not going to get a return on investment. You're not sure. If you're not going to get a return on your investment, don't put your energy into that particular thing. You're just going to end up looking stupid. You're gonna be feeling stupid, looking stupid, and then do something stupid. And then you don't want to go down that path. That's not you don't even want to put yourself in that position. Especially nowadays, a lot of women are very and I don't want to just make this all about women. It ain't just all about women. We got men too are fucked up. Just people in general. You gotta understand, not just women. Women are they're in it, but they're not the only thing. What the fuck, man? Oh shit! No, 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 no. Oh fuck! I don't give a fuck. Yeah, but any type of relationship, regardless, men, women, anything, just dealing with people, you don't ever want to try to make it work. You don't want to try. Ever want to be in a situation where you're trying to look for friends. Oh, let's go look for friends. Let me go look for a wife. Let me go look for a girl. Let me go to the club. No, you only go to the club. You only go to the bar if you're just trying to fuck some bitches and that's it. Or you just trying to, and at that point, just go get an escort or some shit. But you never look for a relationship and look for one. When you're looking for something, that means you're in search. That means you don't have. So I'm looking for a good relationship. That means you don't have good relationships in your life. So therefore, you're not gonna find it. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to go looking for anything. You want to just be yourself and attract what that is. And you may say, you guys may say, no, that doesn't make sense, because no, when you're your authentic self, then because think about it. When you have a light bulb, mosquitoes, flies, all types of things, they attracted to that. So when you are your authentic self and you are very in tune and you have a light, you're gonna have energies attract to you like that. Females and whatever. And let's just say you're doing something that's to your purpose, you're going to be in an area where females who are doing what you're doing in their purpose, you'll meet them. And then when you know it's a good relationship is when you're dealing with the female and you have to look up and be like, hey, I'm fucking with this bitch. She's already I'm always around this female. We're doing everything that we both like to do together. We might as well just start dating. And then at that point, that's where it works. But when you're trying to look for it and search for it and try to read a book and how to get women, it's never going to work. That's why the only reason you use those tactics, like to get bitches and pick them up, if you're just trying to just smut them out and use them like a fucking piece of meat and disregard them. And even then, like, it's not even worth the effort, because then you gotta fucking, a lot of these bitches, when you do that, they're gonna expect, you're gonna have to lie to them. You're gonna have to be something you're not. Because in order to go out and, like, this is why I don't suggest you guys even do that. Because if you do that, then in order to accomplish getting a female in that way, you have to lie, you have to be fake, you have to tell them you love them when you really don't. You have to probably shell out a little bit of money, take it out to eat, probably say things you don't care about, probably pretend like you believe in Jesus Christ, or you're against astrology, and just, you have to lie and be something you're not. Especially now, because a lot of women are retarded. A lot of women, they believe in Jesus, or they may think astrology is the devil, or they may think, oh, you fast? That's not healthy. Are you like anorexic? Or they'll just look at you. So you have to be fake to get these bitches, and that shit just kills my fucking soul. I can't even do that shit. I can't even lie and say I love the bitch when I genuinely wouldn't even care if she dropped dead. Like, I can't say that. Like, it's just, even though I'm lying, it's just, it's something about, I can't do that. So, but you're gonna have to do that and sacrifice your authenticity just to get into a bitch's pants. And then by the time you get in her pants and fuck her a few times and you don't care anymore, then you can tell her. But at that point, it's like, is it worth it? Because that's why, like, a lot of women, they'll say that there's no good men nowadays, because a lot of women, first of all the men that are so-called good, they don't want them. And a lot of women, they set their standards to a specific way where it doesn't make sense that most men will want to deal with you. Like, a lot of women, like, women like to be, women like to fit in. Women like to be accepted by the crowd. That's feminine energy. The average man, especially now, hates the crowd. They want to be themselves and be their own unique thing and do their own thing. And a lot of women look at that in men as like a flaw. Like, you don't watch what everybody else is watching. You don't listen to what everyone else is listening to. You don't believe in the religion. They tell you every religion in Catholicism is the most popular religion. You have to believe in it or you're weird. Like, so when you're a man and you don't want to fit into the crowd, a lot of women see that as a flaw, which is why a lot of women have problems with relationships, because of the programming. And there's nothing wrong with women wanting to fit into the crowd. It's just the crowd that they think is normal to fit in is bullshit. Like religion, Christianity, what the government tells you to do, believing in coronavirus, just stupid shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, dumb shit, like whatever they're showing on the news, or fucking, did you catch the new season of Stranger Things? And
This dumbass shit that's not important. When you're not for that, they look at that as a flaw. Because women are supposed to have that trait to want to fit in. But that only works if society is ran by actual real men. Society isn't ran by real men. Society's ran by bitches. So bitch niggas. So this creates a situation where the things that women think is normal to fit in is bitch nigga shit. You see what I'm saying? It's like a but if society was ran by real men, then the shit women want to think is cool will be some real nigga shit. You see how that works? So I'm not saying women shouldn't want to fit in because that's feminine energy. You never, that's just how it is. Women are supposed to want to fit in and be accepted by, it's a man that's supposed to want to be craft their own way and build. And then the women are supposed to want to fit into what the man created. Because even if you want to say women want to fit in, what do they want to fit into? Something a man created. But you want to be the person who creates so they can fit into your shit. So I'm not bashing on women wanting to fit in. It's just how the fuck this shit is all designed. And like everything is built off bullshit. So it's like if you don't believe in Catholicism, which a colonial racist bigot faggot man wrote, then you're not looked at as like, for most women is what I'm saying. Like some women aren't like that, but like I said, it's different levels. So even when you have women who are against Christianity and they're into astrology, there's a whole nother layer of bullshit. Like you got bitches who are into tarot, and they be you came home late, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're cheating. I'm gonna pull a tarot reading." And since the bitch got bad energy and she's not even really in her feminine energy, so she doesn't have intuition, she goes and pulls a tarot card reading, telling you that you did cheat when you didn't. Now she ends a relationship over some fucking cards. The bitch is retarded. That's what you gotta always understand, like what's going on. That's why I say be your authentic self and let everything just come to you. Don't try. The only thing you should be trying is to do what you think is necessary to be successful however you see fit. Never try to prove the to get approval of anybody. Never explain yourself while you're doing something. Look at it like if somebody doesn't understand why you're doing something, that's respect them. But respect them as in thank you for letting me know you don't understand what I'm going through. Now you can see your way out the fucking exit and never come back in my life, or there'll probably be some physical altercation, if not verbally altercation. So to not have that be a future thing or a future situation that can happen, just see your way out the door and don't ever come back to my section again. That's what you need to tell the person who doesn't understand you. Never try to get their approval why they don't understand you. I don't care why you don't understand me. Reason you don't understand me is probably having to do with fucking the government, the system, and the education that you were forced to go through from K through 12. That's the reason why. It's stupid shit. So you're not going to tell me anything else. I don't need to I don't need to explain nothing to you. I don't need your approval. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join. It's crazy. It's so funny, man. I was just looking at this Bitcoin. Oh, what the fuck? I was looking at this Bitcoin and it just showed like Bitcoin went down like it was at $64,000 I think yesterday. And like it's so funny how people are so retarded because I told like
Remember I told you guys, like, if you're gonna get into Bitcoin, you want to get in and you want to get out. I don't not know why people, like, you have all these dumbass people talking about, oh, Bitcoin's gonna be $1 million in the year 2033 or 2030. It's gonna be $1 million in Bitcoin. I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I don't know, but why in the fuck, like, Bitcoin was at $120,000, I think, last year, like the middle of last year. Imagine somebody who had like $100,000 profit from Bitcoin, and then they wanted to keep it in there till it gets to 1 million, so they can probably have like 500,000 profit or something. You could have took that shit out and cashed out, and then when it went back down to 60,000 like it was yesterday, you could have put more money in it and then waited till it went to 1 million. If you even want to, and plus, who do even say it's gonna go to 1 million? I don't believe it's gonna go to 1 million. And if it does go to 1 million, it's gonna be so many regulations. It's gonna be so much stipulation, or because you gotta understand, like, in order for this, I feel like I'm not sure if this is how it's ran or not. I don't know. I don't really care about crypto, but I'm looking at it like this. You have content creators talking about Bitcoin saying it's going to go to 1 million. And then you got everybody trying to put money in it and keep it so they can be millionaires. But yet, in order for you to be a millionaire from Bitcoin, you have that money has to come somewhere. That money's not coming from thin air. When you make money from crypto, that money comes from people who lost money. That money's not coming from thin air. So the reason why they had this crash, like, it was at 100,000, like the end of last year, or I don't know how long. I didn't look at the thing, but it was like over $100,000 less than a year ago, and now it's at like 60,000 or 70,000. All that money that people, because people lost millions of dollars over the last week. People lost so much money. Like, you guys would be fat. Where did that money go? It's a scam. That money went into somebody's pocket. So and then everybody's selling their Bitcoin now. Who are they selling it to? They're selling it to the people who are going to keep it. So when they make it go up again, they're going to make money because they bought it from people who sold it low. So it's like a big scam. So even if it does go to 1 million, how many people lost money? How many people sold it just for it to get to 1 million? Because anytime you put your money in like a Bitcoin and they say, oh, Bitcoin's got to go to $1 million, you got to understand, if Bitcoin's at 50,000 and they say it's got to go to 1 million, you got to, this is what you have to anticipate. You better be anticipating and ready for it to go to 100,000, go back down to 40, go to 150, go back down to 80, go to 200. If you don't anticipate that up and down, you're done. So what happens is people, oh, I'm gonna keep it in until it goes to 1 million. Then they put it in at 50,000. It goes up to 100. I'm gonna keep it in there. Then it goes back down to 70. They get scared and they sell it. And then it goes back up, and because it's all fake. The whole Bitcoin shit is all fake. It's like they created. It's a scam. Like anything. I don't know why people. I'm not saying you shouldn't get into Bitcoin, but when you get into it, you got to understand that this colonizer, this evil kike, this Jew bastard, whatever you want to call him, he invented it. So anything that they got their hands in is gonna be a scam. It's like a scam. If I created my own stock market and people were in it and making money, they'll probably arrest my ass and say I'm doing a pyramid scheme or I'm doing a financial scam. But if they do it, it's okay. Because where did all that money go that people lost? That money didn't just disappear. That money went into someone's pockets. Whose pockets? The people who fucking regulate and run this shit. The people who know what's going on. The insiders. There's some people who knew probably was gonna drop. They took their money out. Or maybe some of them were like, because what it is like, maybe because it's probably. I'm sure it's gonna go up again. It's gonna go back up to like 100,000, 200. It probably will. I'm not gonna say in a year from now it could be at 150,000, and then all the people who sold are gonna be like, oh, I should have kept it. You should have known that. You should have known it was gonna go up. Because to be honest, I think it's gonna go up again. I don't fuck with it. I used to be into that shit, but I don't do. I'm not saying like you shouldn't. It's not for me. I don't. Something in my spirit just tells me that's not really, because it's all at the end of the day it's gambling, and
no matter how good you are, nobody knew this crash was coming. Because that's what cryptocurrency is. They'll tell you you have a strategy, this and that, but every now and then something like this caught everybody off guard. Nobody knew Bitcoin was gonna drop. You may have some people that say, "Oh, I knew it was gonna drop," and shut the fuck up. Like you didn't know. Only people who knew were the inside traders, and those are the people who are at the very top. Because that shit's illegal. But then just because it's illegal doesn't mean that people aren't doing it. People are doing that shit. Because if you don't believe me, where did all that money go? Because when that money, when Bitcoin dropped to 60,000, so many people got paid and so many people lost money. Because if you didn't know, you can short the market. If I would have put if 2 weeks ago I would have put $10,000 on Bitcoin, and I said I want to short the market, that means I'm betting that the market's gonna go down. If I put $10,000 and betted that the market was gonna go down, I probably would have made like fucking, I don't really know the math, but I would have made over 10 racks. If you knew the market was gonna go down, because you can short the market. That means you bet that it's gonna go down. So if you just knew somehow, you would have made a bag. And where would that money come from? All the people who lost money, who kept it in their account. That's the money that I'm going to be getting, because money comes from somewhere. Money's not just coming. Money is not like water. Water comes from thin air. Money doesn't come from thin air. Somebody has to print it, and then there's a system in place, even though they print money from thin air, but when you put it in a system, it's coming from somewhere. It's coming from somewhere. So look at like, where did that money come from? It came from somebody else's fucking somebody's account, and they lost. That's why I don't trust these markets, man. Like, you see how they just dropped that shit? That shit was at 120,000. Let me see when less than a year. It had to be less than a year ago. It was at 120,000. Let me see. Let's see. It was at 100. It was at $122,000 October 4th of 2025. Damn. So in October it was at 100. Actually, October 5th it was at 123,000. So if you had bought Bitcoin, there's people who, because in 2023 Bitcoin was at 25. I remember when it was at 25,000, because I was doing the day trading shit. And when I was doing day trading, I remember everybody was hoping it was gonna get to 30,000. If you would have got it at 30,000 and kept it in there and it went to 100, you would have made money. But imagine all these greedy bastards who was, oh, I'm gonna make $1,000,000. I'm gonna keep it under 2030. How do you even know you're gonna be alive in 2030? How do you even know the world's gonna be even the way it is? Like there's so many things like that can go in a way where it won't even make any, like, you want to live for right now. Make the profit. Like, I remember that nigga Polite. He's into finance and money. I remember like Bitcoin, how before he went to jail, Bitcoin went to like 40 grand, and he bought it at 20 grand. And I remember he cashed out, and he showed the money he cashed out. And then I remember a week later, it went up even higher. And when he made his video, he was like, you just want to get in and you want to get out. Like, you don't want to be comfortable in these. I don't know why people like, that's why I don't trust this shit. This is why I didn't really want to get into day trading, because when I seen this shit, not to say you can't make money, but you're gonna take losses. Like, you're gonna take a lot of losses. This shit went down hella money. Hell, it went down. It's crazy. And it's gonna go. I'm sure it's gonna go up again. I already know it's gonna go up again. It'll probably go up higher than 150,000. Who knows? I mean, who really gives a fuck? But all imagine how many people are selling. He said, "How long you been doing this shit, YouTube content, and who inspired you?" How long? I've been doing this since 2013, and like nobody really inspired me, to be honest. Nobody. Really, I just started doing it. I probably like because when I first started doing, I used to talk about like social anxiety and like mental illness and shit like that because I was like going through depression and anxiety. So that's what I used to talk about. And there'd be other people like we had a social anxiety community. And shout out to Zach Yowell, the other you guys probably seen him. He's probably the first the page I seen, and we made a it's like a social anxiety group, and that page got over like before it got shut down or something. It got like 20,000. It was a Facebook page. It got like 20,000 like people follow. It was up there before it got shut down. Like it was a huge following. We had a page and we just I wish we would have kept that page, but shit happened and then he just left. He left the page because I guess he just didn't want to deal with it. And then some other person had it, and then they got the page shut down because they didn't know how to fucking run it. But like I wish like it would have been different and we would have still had that page. But it is what it is. But that's how I started it, and like yeah, it was like a community and shit. And it was actually it's funny because that was about like mental illness and social anxiety. But when I look back then, I was back then that was actually I was actually doing it right in terms of compared to all this spiritual shit. Like when I look back, we had a page, it was community. Even though we were talking about mental illness and social anxiety, we were actually trying to help better ourselves. But it's funny how things seem more the correct way compared to this spiritual shit. Like nowadays, when I see these spiritual groups that I wasn't never in a spiritual group, but these spiritual communities, these communities are more retarded than the community we had back then, and it wasn't even about it. That's why I'd be like, all this spiritual shit. It don't get me wrong, spirituality is good when you apply it to your own situation and circumstance, but when you want to use it to try to bond and oh a spiritual soul group and like fuck all that shit. It should be a group My bad, guys. My battery ran out. That's crazy. This Dogecoin shit went down. I was just looking at this. This Dogecoin, it was at 28 cents. Now it's at less than a penny right now. That's crazy. I might put like 500 in there, to be honest. Because that Dogecoin is very it's at a low price right now. I'm so close to I might put like $500 in Dogecoin and just let that sit in there. I might do that. Fuck. I'm trying to see. Damn. I think I have a fucking app. Where's that app at? Phantom. I might buy some Dogecoin. Damn, that shit's at fucking less than a penny. Hold on. I think I have some money. I might actually buy some Dogecoin. Hold on. I might buy some Doge. That Dogecoin is at less than a penny. That shit was at 28 cents in September. Is at less than a penny. So if you get it at a penny, if you put $500 in it and it goes and you get it at a penny and it goes up to 2 cents, that's like double your money. So is that and I'm only gonna put 500. Like that's really nothing right now. So I put 500 in Dogecoin. I could do five, and then if it goes up to like 20 cents, that's like a lot of fucking money. I might actually do that. I might put me some money in, because then if it goes down, I'm just gonna keep that in there. I might do that. Just keep that shit in there, man. Because that Dogecoin is fucking cheap, man. That shit is cheap. I don't know. I might want to, because I don't mind that Dogecoin is cheap, and that shit was at, it's less than a penny, and that shit was at like 20 something cents. So imagine if it's less than a penny and you put 500. Damn, that's a lot of money right there. That's probably over like. Let me see. I don't want to put like any. Hold on. That'd be 5,000 Dogecoins. If I buy it right now, that'd be 5,074 Dogecoin. One Dogecoin is worth less than a penny. So imagine if it goes to 28. Let's just say it goes to 20 cents. It was at 28 cents in September. So 5,000 times 28. That's 28 cents. That'd be $1,400. That'd be $1,400 off 500 if it goes back. I don't know. I think I have like 20 some dollars. I'll probably put like a little bit. I'm not gonna put too much in. I got some. I have an exchange account. There's like $28 in here. I might see if I can buy some Doge. I don't know. I have to see. Let me see. Dogecoin. Is that a penny? I'll probably just buy it with that. I'm not gonna put none of my real money in it. Like I have a few dollars in this exchange account. I forgot I opened this like 2 years ago. I have $28 in here. See, it says 28. So I'll probably just put that in there. Oh, because it's already there. I'll probably just buy some, but I'm not gonna put any of my other money in there. Cause that's pretty fucking cheap, nigga. Like damn. Okay, then you said how long you been doing? Yeah, so yeah, you guys already know I've been doing it since 2013. Um, yeah, nobody really inspired me really, but you seem like the type of guy to turn a naughty predicament to a funny story. You're wrong for that. Yeah, I probably can. You can really, if you really know, you can really turn anything. I could make something that's retarded sound intelligent. That's why you got news anchormen. There's you got like politicians. They're like they're fucking masters at turning dumb shit and making it sound intelligent. They can make you think. A politician is so slick with their words. They can make you. They're not slick for me, but for most people, they can make you think there's actually a reason that tariffs and taxes is necessary. Like they got you niggas thinking that tariffs is actually mandatory or necessary or is something important. It's like I guess you could say it is to the people who get paid. Like obviously, if I'm running a scam and I need to get to recoup my money off running the scam, I guess you could say that's important. But they try to make you think like it's something like that's gonna benefit everyone. Like all the shit they tell you that's gonna benefit everyone is just to benefit their pockets. It's like a scam. A scammer will tell you, send me $50 million. I'm a Nigerian prince, and I will give you 50,000 for helping me. No, like if you help me, fucking, I don't know how they do it, but they say, if you want to make $5,000, help me. I don't know what the fuck they do, but you guys, you know what I'm saying? The Nigerian prince scam where you got to send them like $5,000, and they got millions of dollars, and they need your account information so they can somehow get access to their $50 million, and then they'll break you off $5,000. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's all a scam. It's all bullshit. That's how the government runs. He said, "How long?" Okay, you seem. Okay, can a woman or a woman go overboard, wanting you physically, depending on the circumstance? Can a woman or your woman go overboard, wanting you physically? Yeah, a female can like you physically and really want. To be honest, like that's the female you want. Like a lot of men, like when you see a female that's going overboard, over heels, and she really wants to be with you, that's the woman that you want to get. Even if she's not that attractive, that's the woman that you want to be with and get a female who's in that energy. It's good to have a female that's very overly like attracted to you and like desires you like that. Even if it's a female that's not that attractive, that's somebody that you can work with and make something good. So like always don't want to sleep on that energy. Like I've noticed nowadays people are starting to wake up because there was a time where like you used to only see dudes with like women that are tens. Like I noticed nowadays you see a lot of dudes with ugly ass bitches, or they're not as attractive, or they'll be kind of regular. And the reason why is because they're trying it. People are they want to have somebody who's on their that's meets their frequency. They because usually like I'm not saying you have to get like an ugly female, but I notice like more dudes nowadays are with women that you can tell it's more than just looks for them. It's like other things that play a role that say I want to settle with this female, and it's not just looks. Like I noticed that. Like I noticed like when I see like most people and the female's like really attractive, like I notice a relationship don't even really work most of the time. But it'll be somebody like the most ugliest, weirdest couples. They'll be the ones who like they always seem happy and laughing, and that's weird. Like I'll be going out in public and I'll see somebody, I see just people going out, and like sometimes you can see like the relate. I could feel like you could tell like the man he's miserable, and it'll always be like when the female is kind of attractive, or the man will be looking kind of miserable. But when the female is not really that attractive, and like the dude's dating the girl and she's not attractive, they always be seen more happier and joking, and like they can be themselves. Whereas if the female's kind of somewhat attractive, no, don't get not all the time. Sometimes the female can be ugly as fuck and still be a bitch. But I noticed the time when the female's attractive, like it'll be like the dude is like walking on eggshells. Like he can't even probably state his opinion without her like saying something. Like it'll be a situation where they're watching a movie and the kid falls and slips and bumps his head. The guy will laugh. The wife will look at him like, "Why are you laughing at that? That's not funny. He slipped and hurt his head. Yeah, that's not right." Like, the fuck up, bitch. Like that type of energy. Like I hate that type. I can never be with a bitch that's like that. Like I hate that type of energy. Like I noticed that.
like I can't be with I remember there was this one bitch I was with, and like it wouldn't be a situation like that, but it's like negative. This was like years ago where I didn't really like shit like that. I just I leave the relationship. I can't be in a relationship like that. But back then, I noticed back then when I didn't want to just leave a relationship like that, I would attract certain situations. But when I made the decision in my mind, I would never be in that type of situation. I don't even attract females like that no more at all. Like I wouldn't even. I don't even deal with bitches like that on that level unless I'm just trying to fucking whatever or escort or we just trying to have sex and we. But as far as like relationships, I don't deal with that because, like I said, it has to happen naturally to me. Like it's a situation where it's natural. If I have to go out and try to find some female to fuck, or I'm going out and it's a certain situation and I'm like asking and like whatever, then I automatically look at it like it's a problem. And I don't just look at it; it is a problem because other things will play out to show me that I can't do nothing with you but just fuck. And that only will last so long because eventually they're gonna want to do something more, or I'm gonna have to give my energy, money, time to get more, and I don't want to do that. So I'll be like, you know what, fuck you. I'm just not gonna call you no more because I'm not spending no more money or any money or doing nothing just to have to keep having sex with your ass. At that point, I just go get a fucking escort. Especially with these bitches be demanding. Like, bitch got a birthday every year. That means that's money out of my pocket every fucking year. Not that I don't like spending money and stuff, but if it's a female, I don't. I'm just with, and there's nothing that's substantial. Then I can't just do that. Then we got Valentine's Day. Then the bitch is retarded and into programs. So you got to celebrate Christmas. You got to celebrate Thanksgiving. Like that's why I say I can't deal with Melissa. I don't celebrate holidays, but nowadays, like you can't even you can't even tell somebody you don't celebrate holidays without them looking at you weird. Like I would never celebrate no fucking holiday. If I had kids, they will never get a Christmas gift, but they'll look at it like, oh, you're fucked up. But at the same time, it's like I'm not fucked up, other than the fact that I've decided to get in a relationship and have kids with you. That's where I fucked up at. I'm not fucked up. I just fucked up fucking with you. That's all it is. So you can't get mad at these people because it's like no one told you to be with them. That's why you got to be very responsible and know who you're dealing with before you even have kids or deal with. Be like, are you into religion? Are you into this? Figure it out. And if they're into that, then and you don't celebrate that, then you can't be with that person because it's not about you going and trying to convince the girl that, oh, Christmas is Masonic, Santa Claus is actually a Masonic symbolism and he's a pedophile and that's why the kid sits in it. Like, you don't gotta explain. I don't gotta explain shit. Like I'm looking at, like, I'm in my mid-30s, so I'm at a point where I have very little tolerance for dumbass people. Like, cause I'm not saying I'm that old, but even though some people might say I'm old, I don't feel old. But according to society, they will say that I'm old. That's what society. I look at myself as I don't feel old really, but according to society, I'm looked at as old. So like when I go out here, I'm like I do in a way I can kind of see because I'm at to a point where certain things I can't deal with no more. Like when I see a stupid person, especially around my age, that's still into the program, it like what if you're like young, in your early 20s or whatever, and you're young. I'm not talking about you, but when I see someone like my age or some shit like late 20s and 30, early 30s, like, and you still on some bullshit, that shit gets me so upset. Like, where the fuck have you been? Have you been under a rock? Are you still like shit like that? It like I have no respect for it. Like I hate that fucking shit. Like that shit gets me so. So when I see people that want to look at me weird for not believing in Christianity, like I don't have to explain. That's why I say I don't explain anything to no one. If you're upset that I don't believe in Christianity, that's my cue to not fuck with you. I'm not gonna explain to you why Christianity is the scum of the earth. If you don't already know that, then you just probably aren't meant to know that. Maybe you're meant to just not know that. So just don't know it or not. Just don't know it, but don't know it not around me. Just don't know it around me. Like if you don't know it, don't be around me not knowing it because it's gonna be problems. Do you and your lady are alone somewhere quiet, no one's around? She want to do something from 10. Yeah, like I said, that's actually good. I mean, she's over like that's good because I mean she's over infatuated. Like you want a female that's like that. Like you want a female that's actually like that because that means that's somebody that actually you can be yourself. So that makes for a female to be like that around, especially when you're being yourself. If you're acting fake and she's like that, then okay, kind of be iffy. But if you're just being yourself, this is why I say you want to be authentically yourself. So when you do attract and manifest a female like that, it's like it it plays out perfect because you're being yourself and that's what it is. So it's like it plays out perfect. Like me personally, it's like that's how like I usually like based on my astrology, I have to be in a certain situation to even really manifest. Like like I notice like when I'm in like a six because I have a lot of six house in my chart. So when I'm like in a six house type of energy, that's when I meet like the females usually the easiest that are like the more like I'll notice that like when I'm in situations where I'm not, then I won't either meet women or if I do meet women, they're very mentally ill. They have issues. They could be attractive, but they just mentally ill, or they just really fucked up, or they just ugly, or it just depends. But when I'm in like a certain energy, I'll notice I'll meet like when I used to work fucking 9 to 5 jobs and shit. For some reason, every 9 to 5 I work, I will always meet a lot of women, and it will be like you say, over infatuated, and they'll be very easy, or the situation, or when I was homeless. Anytime I'm in that, because I have a Capricorn North node. So, and I have six house, so that's Earth. So it's mainly to do with like certain shit. So, like Capricorn, for example, like when I be homeless on the street, for example, I noticed like I would get like it'd be a lot of women that would be like fine women too that would be like homeless or like kind of like they'll be more like I noticed it'll be more easier for me to get bitches and shit. It's weird, like hella weird. I remember there's this one female that like, she was fine as hell, and she was homeless, and I was on the street homeless, and I was living in my car, but she was like homeless, and it was like easy as fuck. I noticed that like when I was homeless or if I'd be working at a 9 to 5 somewhere, like I rarely worked at a 9 to 5 in my life, but the times I did for the period of time, I noticed it would be easy for me to get women there. Like the women will be wanting more attracted to me. Like it's just weird. Like it'll be easy to link up with women at a 9 to 5 or when I be homeless. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think because it's the energy. And when I look at my natal chart, it makes sense. Because even with the Capricorn, when I'm in a situation where I gotta like be in that Capricorn energy, like for example, when I was homeless, that's when I was making the most money. I started making the most money when I was living with my parents. I didn't have no hustles, and it wasn't like I was doing something different when I was homeless. I was doing the same thing I was doing when I wasn't homeless to try to make money. But when I was homeless, I was able to make money easier than when I was living with my own parents. And like you see what I'm saying? It's just weird. Like I was making more money and I got more win. It's just when I was homeless. That's when like the shit started really getting motion for me when I would be homeless. And not to say like right, because right now I'm doing things now, but it's from when I was being homeless. Like I'm building on from when I started. It was when I was homeless compared to right now. I'm like, you see what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, I'm like right now I'm not I have to be homeless to be like that's not what it is because there have been times I haven't been, but I noticed when I like the time before I was homeless or the time before I was not working or whatever or doing something having to do with like that shit, I know it will be like a stagnant in that energy. But when I became that, it will be more flourishing and it wasn't just one time, it was multiple occasions where I will leave and it will like it's just weird. So it's like certain energies I notice when I'll be in, and it makes sense because, like I say, like this is why I like talk about like when it comes to business, because every time when I was in those situations, I was actually doing something, and so it will manifest shit a lot easier. Yeah, I dropped the link if anybody wants to join. I'll drop it again. Hmm. Oh, come on, man. Damn. My fucking charge my phone and then iPad. My phone just died. Damn. I don't know why everything keeps fucking dying so damn quick. I think it's because the time is speeding up. Because you know how when they say your phone battery lasts for like 5 hours? 5 hours goes by quicker because time's speeding up. So what happens is as time speeds up, the battery drains quicker. That has to be it. Cause I'm like, I noticed my battery, I gotta always be charging my iPad. Cause like if the time speeds up, is that gonna affect like is your iPad still gonna deplete or is it still gonna like you see what I'm saying? Like would that affect the electronics charging and depleting? He's like, is there a way to cure receding hairlines? I'm not going bald, just asking. I don't know, to be honest. Like to be honest, there probably is some type of herb you can take that can help it. But the way I look at it, I don't think so because if you see a lot of billionaires out here and they still bald as fuck, you see a lot of rich CEOs and rich politicians and they still look bald and have a fucked up receding hairline. I don't think there's a way. I don't think there's a way. Because if there was, them niggas would just go. I heard of hair transplants, but that's like 20. That's like a lot of money, and I don't even think that shit works like that because, you like I said, you wouldn't see a lot of rich bald people. You just a lot of rich bald people. And when I see rich bald people, I'm thinking like there ain't no way because why wouldn't they just go spend some money to go get the best treatment to get it? But I'm sure maybe there might be a way in the future. Maybe there may be some herb or something you can create. Or that's another thing I want to get into, like herbalists and certain herbs to help heal. Because like I feel like that's where the money's at. That's where like the business is gonna be at in like health. Fuck is that? Is gonna be in health. That's gonna be the biggest. Because what I'm realizing, the fuck is that? Oh, it's outside. It's the gardener. What I'm realizing is like health is gonna be the big. Like if you look at every single industry right now, the only one of the only industries that's making more money, that's never stopped making money, is the medical industry. They're paying like doctors are making more money. They're the one of the only professions where they're making more money is doctors. They're getting more clients. Doctors are more busy and have more clients than they did 10 years ago. People are that's the thing that's the only business that's profiting the most right now. More than you can say, oh, gas, oil, and like food, but if you look at it, everyone has to go to, even when you look at like the grocery store, their profit margin is very small. You look at a doctor, they make a lot of money. They get billions, that industry, because people are always sick. People are going to be sick. Like every single person, like 99% of people are going to most likely have a health illness. When you look at 99% of people that die every day, or majority of people, if you're not dying from a bullet wound or a accident, you're going to die from a health issue, whatever it is. So you have to go to a doctor and see this. So if you're able to create a situation like
a method, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a method and trying to create a situation where it's like a method and a blueprint to get your health back. And I'm working on a way to do that where everyone can do that because everyone's gonna need it. There's no every Gen Z, everybody, because the food that you guys don't understand how dire this is. Like the food that they're feeding you, the shit that they're giving you, the talk, even the technologies. When you put that VR shit on your face, virtual, the Meta Quest, the PSVR, all of that shit has radiation. The food you eat has toxins. All of this is going to cause health issues. Social media is going to cause certain. It already causes mental health. So if you're able to create like some type of system that can heal these diseases, cure them, even treat them, you're gonna make a lot of money. And I realize that like that's something people will always buy because at the end of the day, it's like if a motherfucker's people are willing to go broke to get their health right and to get their freedom. That's what they tell you, lawyer or doctor. When you're a lawyer, people are willing to pay you money to get their freedom. People are willing to spend their whole money to get bonded out. What else? For medical, people are willing to spend their life savings to pay for their medical treatment. People are willing to spend their whole check to get better, to get the best herbs if they need it. Because once you feel that pain health wise, then you're gonna be forced and want to have to spend money. And you're gonna look at it like it's the best decision. So that's why I say if you look at all the industries, the medical industry is probably one, if not the only industry where it's thriving to anything. And you can say, oh, it's a negative because they want to keep you sick. But if you're able to somehow create a natural, holistic way to heal everyone, and people can choose that, then you pretty much like are going to be making money like them. That billions of dollars, you're going to be able to tap into that because the medical industry makes billions a year. If you're like somebody, that's what I killed Dr. Sebi because he was able to tap into that. He was taking their money. That's why they don't. That's why I fuck with Dr. Sebi because he was healing people and getting people cured, and he was tapping into that $1 billion, and he was making a lot of money, and they didn't like him, and he was just doing a lot of shit. So they have to stop put an end to that. And like that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy how the world is, but like I said, that's where it's going. If you really want to make a bag, like health, wellness, and getting people like that's gonna be like the number one thing in the future. A lot of people don't understand how dire it is. Like, and you guys will see it in the next 10, 15 years. Like a lot of the health problems that you see in 80-year-olds and 90-year-olds in the next 10 to 20 years, you're gonna start seeing that in like 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds, because we're in not only because of the food and the stuff they're putting in it and the radiation, because what you got to understand, they're going to release 5G, they're going to release 6G, 7G, 8G, they're going to have more radiation, they're going to have the internet of things where internet's going to be in everything. That's going to cause more radiation, which is going to have more health illnesses on people with the new, because they're in order to power this new AI, they're going to have stronger uh, radiation signals and stronger internet like 12G. You can't have no AI building shit without no high like 10G, 11G, because you need internet to run that, and it needs to be very quick. So what's going to happen is all of that's going to cause radiation. It's going to cause problems, not to mention the food. And we're in this shift. So in this new shift, if you're not spiritually in alignment, the spirit is going to induce certain illnesses and problems. And this is why when you go to the doctor, they say you'll be like, "Oh, my heart's hurting," but then you go to the doctor and they say your heart's fine. Or then you feel pain, but then you go to the doctor and they run a test. They say it's because it's spiritual. It's not physical. It's spiritual. People don't understand it. They don't get it. So they're confused. And it's like this is why in the future, Doctors aren't going to really be able to tell all your health illnesses. The only thing a doctor is going to be able to do is give you pain medication to stop your pain. In most cases, that's what mainly it's going to be able to do, because it's going to be spiritual. A lot of the reason these things are going to be happening is because you're not in spiritual alignment. So the doctor isn't going to be able to fix you. The only way you can be able to fix it is by being yourself. And when you be yourself, and as soon as you start being yourself, you'll notice that the illness and the problem will dissipate. So that's going to be the new thing. Because even when you look at herbs and stuff, herbs only work for who they're supposed to work for. If you're meant to get healthy and not take herbs, then you're not gonna, the herbs aren't gonna work for you. Like, for example, like fasting to me, like I fast. When I fast, I notice I get health. Like there's certain problems I had that I fasted and like they went away. But then when I took herbs, they actually got worse. They didn't work for me. And I'm not saying herbs are bad, because there's certain people, they took herbs and it got better for them. But it's a this is why you have to be yourself, because when you be yourself, then you know what's right for you, what's not wrong for you. Not to say herbs are bad, but herbs don't work for everyone. Some people, the spirit is asking you to get rid of everything. It doesn't want you to be dependent on anything external as much as the next person, because we're in the physical body, so we're obviously going to need some external stimuli. But once you going overboard with it, that's a problem for some people. This is why, like, you gotta, like, I advocate like knowing yourself more than, I don't want to. I'm not gonna say, tell you, oh, take this herb, or you need to do this, or you need to fat. Like, do what you think is necessary to you. Billionaire Brian Johnson. I've never heard of him. I don't know who he is. He believes in immortality by consuming a bunch of supplements and use. He's a Mason. He's just trying to sell you. Um, he's trying to sell you that idea. Like that's what he's supposed to do. He has an oath to that Masonic order, and he's supposed to tell you that, because they're trying to promote and sell you the new way of living, because they're gonna make money on stuff. First of all, I'm not saying supplements are, but first of all, any supplement coming from who he's promoting is not healthy for you. Supplements in itself aren't a bad thing. I'm not gonna hate on supplements. I will never, like, but I look at it like, why are you using a supplement? Are you going to be using it for the rest of your life? Once somebody says you have to be on a supplement for the rest of your life, that's where I have a problem. If you have an illness, if you have a problem, and you're trying to get better, nothing wrong with using a supplement. Nothing wrong with using a supplement. You just don't want to use a supplement for the rest of your life. And using expensive tech. No, you don't want to use expensive tech. Anything that because you got to understand, everybody complains about your cell phone being tracked, and they can listen to what you're saying on social media, and your cell phone, your iPad is a tracking device. They can use the speakers to listen to you. Everyone talks like this, but what do you think is going to be in this expensive tech? If they give you a bionic arm, wouldn't you think they'll be able to control the arm? If they put a chip in your brain, wouldn't you think they're going to be able to create madness, psychotic shit, depression? Like, I don't see, like, that tech shit is not. I don't like that shit. I don't even think that tech shit is going to be as popular. Like, you guys got to understand, a lot of the stuff that they're promoting is not even going to be what they say it is. Like tech, AI, all that bionic living and bionic, none of that shit is going to be, none of that shit is really even going to be as popular as you think it is. It isn't. Tech is not. They want it to be like that, and they're trying to make an effort. But I literally don't think AI is gonna even be all that, like, the way they say it is. I don't think it is. Like, I don't think Nobody wants to put a chip in their arm. The only people who want to do that are rich people who are in that circle. Go ask the average maybe they could get it. People who like are like paraplegic, who can't walk, who are paralyzed, they could sell it to them, because a nigga who hasn't walked for like his whole life, able to finally walk and can see, and then those people, they probably have a market for those people. But if I can already walk, I'd rather use my regular legs than go on the jump. I don't give a fuck. Unless they could build some type of a suit that you could put on, like if it's an exoskeleton suit that can make you stronger or jump higher, and then I could take the fucking suit off when I don't want to use it, then that could probably sell. But if it ain't that, if it's something you have to embed in your body, fuck that. I'm not putting that shit in my body. Like, fuck that shit. Who the fuck is this? Weird ass comments people leaving. He injects his own. I doubt he did. I don't know. Probably does do that. People are weird. I don't know why would you do that. See, like it's funny because I see people every day that are more healthier than him that don't even do that shit. There's people out here who fast breatharian. There's breatharians who haven't ate nothing in months, years that I've seen, and they're living a way better, healthier, well existence than this nigga. So all that putting blood and taking supplement, you don't need to do all that. If you want to, then, and then even when you do it, then you gotta buy the supplement from somebody. Uh, Even if you get expensive tech in your body, you have to maintain it. I was playing the game Cyberpunk. They had tech, Cyberpunk 2077. It's like a futuristic game. He had technical implants. And in order for him to get the technical implants upgraded or removed, you have to go to a certain specialist that knows how to do it. I forgot what it was. Like in the game, he was getting like hallucinations from his chip, and the only way to get it out if he goes to a certain, I forgot what they call it something. Is in the game. Fuck, what's the name of it? They call it something where when you go, if you want to get your engine removed, you have to go to a mechanic. You can't remove your engine by yourself. You need to have specific tools to remove your engine. If you want to remove your tire, you need specific tools. Otherwise, you can't remove your tire. If you want to access the gas casket that catches the oil or the catalytic converter, you need specific tools. You cannot just take the catalytic converter from your house. You got to go to a mechanic. And even if you take it from your house, you need the right tools and you need to have the knowledge. So if they put an implant in you, you're going to need to go to a specific person who knows how to deal with that shit. And if you can't access one or you don't have the money, then that shit is going to be in you permanently. So and any type of tool they put in you, it's going to need maintenance. It's going to need routine. It's an electronic. It's going to need routine maintenance. This phone isn't going to last forever. It's going to break down, or if it breaks down, I got to take it to the phone shop. So any type of technology in your body is going to break down, and you're going to have to get it repaired. And if you have the money, what if you're in a different country, you got to come back to America or where they have that at? Like, I would never get nothing implanted into me. That's fucking crazy. And they already have chips because my nigga in Manteca, the nigga I know, he has seizures and they put a chip in his brain and it controls his seizures. I don't know exactly what it does, but it's a fucking thing where it scans his brain. Like he's able to, he has an app on his fucking phone and it's able to scan his brain and connect to the chip I don't know what it does exactly, but it's something people with seizures they have. Look it up, but type in Google seizure chip in brain. He has literally a chip in his fucking brain, and it controls his seizures from making it not as bad as it is. I don't know exactly what it is. It's crazy. An epilepsy chip. See, it's a chip for treating drug resistant seizures. So if you have a seizure that drugs won't be able to cure, because so you it is a chip they put in there and it helps control it. It monitors the brain waves and detects abnormal activity. And it triggers small electronic impulses to stop the seizures or to like lessen them. So they already have chips that they're putting in people's brain. That shit isn't new. He has a chip in his brain and he has an app that connects to the chip and it does it like scans the chip or it shows, I don't know what it showed you in the app. It's like, yeah, it records the electrical activity, so it sends any warnings if something's emit is going wrong or like if he has a seizure, it's gonna send impulses to his brain. So they have all that chip in the brain shit already. So imagine if they use that same technology to and scale it to a way where it can do other things in your brain. So that technology's been out for a long time, that chip in the brain. None of that shit. People think that shit is like, oh, it's coming, or it's like, for all we know, I believe Elon Musk and what's that nigga from Facebook, the Zuckerberg, they have a chip in their brain. Look, every time you look at these niggas' faces, they look like they drugged out. And at first people may say, oh, they're a clone or they're on drug. No, I think they have a chip in their brain. Because when you have a chip in your brain, it probably causes you to look like you're hazed out on some type of drug. Because look at the way Elon Musk, how he looks, and the Zuckerberg. I think they have chips in their brain. I think they have a certain chip to try to make them think quicker, to process shit, or like it's something that I think they have a chip in their brain. Especially that Zuckerberg motherfucker. Like he has a chip in his head. Just look at the way he looked. He looked hella animated and like he don't even look human. But I'm looking at it like it's not that he's a clone. It's just he has that chip, and it probably is like creating him to look hella weird. Like he don't look normal. I won't say he don't look. He look human, but he just look hella like animated and shit. Like it don't look. I think because a lot of these people, they probably have certain chips that they put and they experiment with on. Because if they're gonna release a chip, they're gonna have to experiment with it for years or decades before they release it to the public. They're not gonna just release it to the public. So I'm sure they use it as well. Yeah. Shout out to Damien. Was good with it. He said I'm super high. I feel you, man. Shit. Next week is gonna be a year since I smoked. I haven't smoked in a year. I had to quit, but that's what's up. Like when I was smoking, though, I was smoking every day, all day. Like I was literally hitting pins like 24/7, and for like years. I started smoking in 2008, and then last year in February, I think it was like February 15th was my last time I smoked. Because I had to quit because it was just like people say weed isn't bad. I'm speaking for myself. Like when it came for me personally, weed was fucking up my health, my lungs, everything, and I felt it. But I'm not saying I can't speak for anyone, but I know for me it wasn't like the spirit was telling me I gotta quit. So I quit for me. And like it told me to quit like plenty of times, but I didn't quit. But then something happened that scared me. I was like, okay, I can't smoke no more. But yeah, I haven't smoked for a year. But when I was smoking shit, I was smoking like, man, I was smoking every fucking day, all day, every day. Like I couldn't like, it was hard for me to go like I don't know. I just smoke all day, every day. Like take a hit right after a hit. Like I'll take a hit and then take a. It would be to a point where I will smoke and get high, and then I will like be waiting for me to get sober so I can be able to smoke again. Because I will smoke, but I will only get high like that initial high. Like when you don't smoke for like all day, you smoke that first like hour, you're high as fuck, but then it comes down. Me, like I'll be high for like an hour, and then I'll be wanting to get sober so I can smoke again, so I can initially feel that. That's how bad it was for me. I would smoke, get high, and then like an hour later be waiting for me to get sober so I can smoke again. Because if I smoke back to back, it will like level out and it wouldn't be the same. So I'll be hoping like waiting to get sober, but then it will be hard for me to get sober because I want to keep smoking. Which I was smoking, I'll get high, but it wouldn't be the high that I want because I'm not sober enough. Because when you like the less you smoke, the higher you get. Like if you don't smoke all day, you get higher. But if you smoke every day, you still get high, but it's not as high. So I was like, I was a mess. I was like, fuck. That's how I had to quit. But I feel you though. Shit. Yeah. And I'm just chilling right now, guys. Shout out to everybody in the room. I don't know who this Molly Collie is. Weird ass comment. Shit, man. Yeah, just chilling right now. But shit, man. I think Jeffrey Epstein shit is propaganda. Yeah, for real. No, fuck that shit. I don't pay attention to that shit. I literally don't know anything about it. Like, only thing I like, all I know about it is I guess there's some type of list because I don't even watch this shit about Jeffrey Epstein at all. I don't watch anything about it at all. I hear people make the reason I know about it is because I hear people make a lot of jokes about it. Like, oh, you're on Epstein Island, like because I would hear people talk about, oh, you've been to Epstein Island, or they'll joke and make like comments about an island and oh you're on the list, so that made me look into like what's this Epstein list. So what I got from it is like I guess some guy he owns an island or some shit, and he has celebrities coming. This is all what I've gotten based on the jokes and shit. I don't watch the story or the narrative, and I don't know anything about it. All I know is I guess it's some guy who, and the funny thing is like if there was some guy who had an island and he had a list of people that were supposedly getting like free pussy on the island. I don't know what it was. Like, I guess they were getting underage girls on the island. Wouldn't there be other people that are doing that right now? Like, is that the only island that exists? You're not gonna have me believe if that shit was true, which I'm sure it was. Owns the only island. How do we not know the island that he was on is still active? Like, there could be somebody else living there. What if he sold it to his real estate buddies? Like, and even if he's still like, I'm sure he's still alive. I don't know. Like, they say he died, but I don't believe anything the news says. What if he's like, he could be still doing that right now? And how many other people? Like, you're not gonna tell me he's the only person doing it. Like, he's the only person. Like, there's, you know, how many islands are out there? You know, how many rich billionaires? Like, for all we know, Jeff Bezos can have a fucking island. But the reason you don't hear about his island because they want to keep his image squeaky clean. Because he's creating or Elon Musk, he can have an island, but they want to keep Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they want to keep their image squeaky clean. So therefore, they're not going to disclose that they have an island. But for all we know, they can have an island. It's just like people are just really dumb. Like no one's questioning how many other rich billionaires have the island. The CEO of Walmart, the CEO of fucking Whole Foods. I'm fucking sure he could have an island or some shit, or have something. Why does it gotta be a fucking island? What if it just these niggas just have a dungeon underneath their mansion? How many dungeons are underneath these fucking Hollywood Beverly Hill mansions? They got crazy shit. They already tell you they got the BDSM and the underground, the dungeon, and they do all that weird shit. Who's they say they doing that with kids and shit? Like, in literally underneath these mansions and shit, they got all these, like, they even show you in the video games and the movies. Like, they'll show you in the movies and the video game, you go to a library and then you pull the book down and then the library shelf will open and there'll be like an underground dungeon. Like, you think they just make that out of nowhere? They show you what they do in real life. You go to some of these rich billionaires and these millionaires. I bet you if you go to Jeff Bezos' house, you fucking open lift a painting from a wall, there'll probably be a code. You type in the code, there'll be a dungeon with a bunch of shit. They show you in the movie. They showed you that shit in Spider-Man. They went to the Oscorp mansion. He lifted a painting, entered a code, and it opened up a fucking like a whole laboratory of some secret experiment and shit. Like, they tell you that. So like, this shit goes on more than you think. But nobody questions it. Like, who else is doing it? Who else is doing shit like this, or even worse? They just want to question what they tell you and what they want you to pay attention to. It's never the topic. Like, if Epstein's doing this, what about the people that we don't have the spotlight on? Are they potentially doing this? Like, what the fuck does Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk do all day with their billions of dollars? You're not going to tell me they just sit there and fucking make Teslas or whatever the fuck people think they do. What is he just like? What does Jeff Bezos do all day, nigga? That nigga's probably a pervert, does crazy shit too. What does he do? He's in the office, typing paperwork and working on Amazon, trying to sit in a boardroom meeting. That nigga ain't doing that shit. He has other people doing that. That nigga's probably just spending his money, trying to. The only thing I think they do is they try to create situations to keep the scam from being exposed, because they're all in on the scam. It's like, it's a big scam, and then you got the people who you don't see, and then you got people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Epstein. All of these people, they're like playing their own role in the scam because it's such a big, elaborate scam. They need a lot of people to play their role to uphold it. So that's all it is. They just playing their role. It's crazy. They're all in on it, if, to be honest. He's like, my theory is Epstein is just a scapegoat. The elite telling us that they're doing with kids, not everyone. Exactly. I bet you if you start questioning other things, like, is Trump doing it? Is Elon Musk doing it? Is the CEO of fucking Walmart, is he doing it? Like, once you start questioning that, then I bet you they'll stop talking about Epstein, because they'd be like, oh yeah, because those people probably are doing it. Like, the people you probably don't think are doing it, or you don't think anything of, they're doing it. Like, what are these billionaires doing all day? Like, he ain't the only one with money. All these other people, they got, what do they do all day, nigga? They're not doing shit. They're not doing shit all day. They're probably out here just doing the same sick, degenerate shit as they're doing. Like, think about it. You got all this money. You ain't doing no work. Like, if you don't believe me, you go to McDonald's. Why are people at McDonald's? Because they're getting paid. Who are they getting paid by? The person up top. So if he's paying workers to flip his burgers so he can make money, so he doesn't have to flip burgers, a billionaire, what does a billionaire do? They use their money to pay other people to do the shit that they don't want to do so they can have time. They got the money to do it. So obviously they're not doing what you think you're doing. They could be just chilling, doing their own thing. A billionaire is not doing what you think they're doing. They can't tell you that because they want you to make you think, oh, it's hard work and work hard. And they don't want you to feel like imagine if you knew what these people thought, what these people did on a daily basis, how they acted, people would not take society serious. People wouldn't take politics. So that they have to make it look like they're somebody special. They're doing this. Even like when it comes to Trump, like, I don't even believe Trump is even doing the shit they say he's doing. Trump was an old ass man. He's just there. he's not making no decisions. He's not doing shit. He's an old fucking man, like just chilling, doing his thing. He probably say a few things, but that nigga's 80 years old. That nigga, no 80-year-old is trying to take on those responsibilities. That's nigga just chilling. The people who are really running shit, you don't see them. Then they're just saying, "Oh, Trump did this. Trump is the reason ISIS is here." No, the same motherfuckers that were here before Trump, they're still running shit. It's like I don't see how people don't get it. It's just weird, dude. And they say he's just a scapegoat. I wouldn't even say a scapegoat because you got to look at it. What is a scapegoat? A scapegoat is something you use when you've been exposed. Who the hell exposed Epstein other than them? So they're the reasons everyone knows about it. It ain't like there's somebody out there that exposed the government. Ain't nobody exposed no fucking government. Like if people like something like they ain't nobody exposed the government. Like it doesn't make sense. Like I look at it like they created that whole shit. They like you wouldn't know what Epstein was if it wasn't for them telling you what that shit was. Like nobody woke up in the morning. Oh, they have an Epstein's list. That had to come from some type of like platform, or probably Joe Rogan mentioned it, or somebody who's in their puppet, like their puppet mad, whatever you want to call it, puppet order. They probably mentioned it because they were given that information to talk about. And then people aren't going to do anything. If you look at it, it's like, what can people do really other than like, because to be honest, like people got people like that in their own family and they don't do shit about it. People got people like that in their own family. That's really what people need to worry about is people in their own family doing it, people next door doing it. And if you look, I was speaking earlier in my live stream, I'm like, every time you see people like that, that's a manifestation of society. People want to act like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying whoever does anything crazy shouldn't get in trouble. They need to go to jail. They need to get killed. They need to die. They need to be put under the whatever. But if you have so many sick people in a society, at some point, when do you blame society? Like, where is this shit coming from? Like, how are people like I don't believe in any type of indigenous tribe around the world, like Africa, America, Asia. I don't think this pedophilia shit was an issue or kidnapping children. Like that's not nobody's gonna do that. Like I don't again that seems like something that's cultivated from a disharmony in a society. Like it's some type of disharmony. It don't seem like it's natural. Like it's like a mental illness. It's a mental illness that's intervened or in the mix that creates sickos like that. That's not normal. That's why I'm like, this shit is weird. And a lot of people, most people with a lot of money and have a lot of high power positions, these are the most sickest people. These are the most traumatized people. They're the most sickest, most traumatized most of the time are people who are in the government, who have a lot of money. Because they're in a situation where they feel like they're invulnerable. They can do whatever. They could pay anybody. Especially you got billions of dollars. Like, I could pay anybody off. I could do this. Imagine how many people that these people, because they had caught this one nigga, right? He was like an influencer. And I guess he was just doing some sick shit, recording him like molesting children. And he said he will pay off some of his victims. And this nigga was like an influencer. So imagine a billionaire. Like, you know, who knows how many people they're doing this shit to, and then they just paying people off. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, whatever, man. Like, people know what's going on. It doesn't even take any type of exposure. Like, you know the type of world we're in. I think they keep talking about Diddy and Epstein. They're like cartoon characters they want to keep talking about over and over. Yeah. That's why, especially with that Diddy shit, I hate that shit annoyed the fuck out of me. Everyone, oh, Diddy this, Diddy that, Diddy oil. Look, shut the fuck up, dude. Like you're not like that's all you can say. Like think of something new, be original. Like, this shit ain't even funny. That shit never was funny. That shit's stupid. And it's not like, oh, he did do it or he didn't do it. It's just, why are you talking about something that they obviously want you to talk about? At least if you're gonna talk about it as in how stupid it is. Like, I can give a fuck. Like, if he did all that shit, didn't they say they had the FBI this out? Didn't they put him in court? Okay, case closed. Let him fucking do his court hearing in private. And, like, it shouldn't be no. Why does the whole public gotta know about it? Stupid. But it is what it is. Shit's crazy. Yeah, I'm just chilling right now, guys. Might end this live stream. Damn, 3 hours already. It's crazy. I didn't even expect this live stream to go on that long. It's a long ass live stream. I think my longest one was 5 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end this live stream, guys. I'm gonna be back. I'll probably be back later. I might stream on the game a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna probably end this live stream and I'm gonna hit you guys up a little later. Yeah. Alright then, guys. I'm out. Peace.